Okay, perfect. All right, folks, welcome to the final step in our process. It's the Q&A follow-up. Our intention, let me pull this up here. Our intention with doing these follow-ups, we've been doing this same process for 8 years now, onboarding folks. I now have, I think, what was I up to? 2,700 and some odd people on my team around the country. I'll show you that later on. But our intention with these the follow-ups is exactly what you see on the screen. This is the definition of clear right out of the Webster's Dictionary, and that's really our job. Our job is to make sure that you're clear. If you check out number 9 on the bottom here, our real directive with these follow-ups is number 9. Free from doubt or confusion and very certain about what you're going to be doing next with us. Cool? Okay, I don't know what's... Okay. Hey, staffers, especially the ones that are on a phone, do me a favor and do not touch the screen. Thank you. Okay. Free from doubt or confusion. Thank you. So, and then you want to be very certain, right? So you shouldn't adopt a dog. You shouldn't get married. You shouldn't take on a new career unless you're very clear, right? Free from doubt and confusion. So this is why we're going to leave the chat lines open tonight. There's 3 sections after 8 years of doing this. There's really 3 things that we have to answer questions on tonight, and we'll cover them in this order. The first thing we're going to cover tonight is the funding. There's been plenty of people who have contacted us and our staff and said, "Hey, I love what you guys are about. I checked out the website, checked out the instructors, the syllabuses. I checked out all the testimonies. I did check out the Better Business Bureau on you guys, and yes, you are rated A+. So everything checks out. Love it. Just need to know how to fund the education after seeing it." Okay, great. We're going to cover that first. So the folks that already checked out all the syllabuses and the educators and stuff, they did all their research, they can then go and we'll give you some direction. After we go over the funding, we'll tell you, okay, this is what you do next to get started, and then you can start. Okay, then you'll do that. So then we'll go over the education. So after we're done covering funding tonight, we're going to go over the education with Q&A. So you can ask any questions you want about the education. We'll stay on the line to answer them. You'll see everybody else's questions, so I'll be very transparent. And if you're only here for real estate and you got all your questions answered, then you can go ahead and take the direction we tell you and then go run with it, and we'll get you started so you can be in our trainings. And then finally, I'm going to cover the marketing side of the business. I'm going to remind you guys here really quick. You may not have seen my meetings yet or have been introduced to me yet. I'm sharing my screen right now to show you guys exactly what we have going on. Let me just do that real quick here. Hang on a second. Logging in. So this is the website here. Renatus, hopefully you guys all went and checked it out and checked out the education and the instructors and stuff. Okay. Here it comes, I promise. While we're doing that, I'll share my screen and give you an idea. So now you guys should be able to see the attendance list over here with everybody on it, right? See the 95 people on the line right now. So you're actually seeing my screen inside of your screen right now. Okay, so watch this. Now I'm in my back office just to show you this. I'm going to cover this last, but I think that a lot of people will love it because we'll get you paid, start getting you paid in this coming week here. So my wife and I have made $1.3 million in the last 57 months. We've been paid 121 grand in the last 9 weeks. Prove it here. So shown on page 818. If we scroll up from 818, we get paid twice a week. 821, so that's every 3 and then 4 days and then 3 days and then 4 days we get paid. If we scroll up from 818, which is that's August 18th, the end of August, to current day, which is 10/23. So we're talking about 2 weeks in August, all of September, which was 4 weeks, and then 3 weeks in October, right? So that's 10 weeks. So in the last 10 weeks, my wife and I have earned, or this education company, right? The one that is saying, hey, enroll in our education for, XYZ with funding, with financing if you want. I had to finance it. So I financed a $20,000 program. And in the last 10 weeks, they've given us $121,000 back. It's pretty good, right? Let's put it all in perspective. So I financed 120 grand. I'm sorry, I financed 20 grand because I didn't have any money. And they've paid me $1.3 million in the last 57 months, really. So that's pretty good, right? On top of the real estate that I'll show you after we're done with the education here tonight. Okay, so I just wanted to show that off simply because some folks are like, I really am looking for a way to make money, or I'm really worried about investing any money in an education. Well, if the education company is willing to pay you back all the money anyway, why not, right? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to introduce the first person that's going to be helping me out tonight. I believe it's Chuck Hodge. I don't know if that's right or not. Let me just scroll this away. I can't get his thing here. Hang on a second. Let me grab his picture. There's Chuck Hodge. Okay, so Chuck Hodge. There you go. I'm going to hide this. And Chuck's actually bringing up his thing. There he is, right there. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Chuck. Chuck's in Arizona. I got a chance to hang out with Chuck this weekend because I was in Arizona for 4 days. And Chuck came down. He was in Montana when I met him. He was doing cabinetry work. He's done plenty of fix and flips before he saw us. And so this is a guy that did real estate investing and did fix and flips, but that's all he did. He didn't know anything about the creative side of real estate investing. And if you want to learn more, you take classes, right? So he's become a founders advisory board member in training. So he's on his way to being one of the next advisory boards to the real estate investing education company. Chuck saw the systems the same way you saw the systems. He didn't have any office by him. There was nobody doing local meetings out there. He came to a 15-minute briefing, came to the intro meeting, came to a follow-up exactly like you're seeing right now. Today he hangs out with the Arizona community down there doing deals. Please help me welcome to help you guys with the funding aspects. First, Mr. Chuck Hodge, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for the warm introduction, Scott. Can you guys all hear me okay? One Y in the chat line. Scott, good deal. Okay, so yeah, Scott, nice. You told half of what I was going to share with before I got started here, but like Scott said, I began my real estate career way back in 1989, right after getting out of the military, but it wasn't really a career. I attended a weekend, guru boot camp, if you will, and I learned basically enough real estate investing in information to get myself in a little bit of trouble, but certainly enough to keep my dream alive to eventually one day become a full-time professional real estate investor, which I am now. That period of time took me through 3 careers, 8 years as a paramedic, 7 years as a commodity futures and options trader and broker, and then, like he said, 10 years up in Montana building cabinets. There was a period of time where I was down here in Phoenix from 1999 through 2004, where I did, in fact, participate in the real estate market as a full-time investor doing nothing but fix and flips. And as you guys all probably remember, or at least you should know, 2004, it was a very, very different world. Much different than it is today as far as what it takes to be a successful real estate investor. Back then, just about anybody could buy a house, put some paint on it, hold on to it for a couple of months, and turn around and flip it for a profit. That being said, I got the opportunity finally in 2013 to sell off my business up in Montana and move back down here to Phoenix to take on my lifelong dream of becoming a full-time real estate investor. I knew a lot of things had changed, so I, like a lot of you, got online. I ran across a Craigslist ad, real estate investor seeking apprentice, and like Scott said, I answered that ad and went through the same systems that you guys have gone through and are going through now. I went through the 15-minute briefing, the 1.5-hour business introduction meeting, and then this follow-up meeting. And at the end of it, it was just clear as day to me. It's like I knew that not only did I need the education to be able to learn what was relevant in today's marketplace, but I also saw the value in working with this community. And I'll tell you, working with the community along with this education has really allowed me to be very confident in doing real estate investing full-time as a professional. And so here I am. That being said, let's go ahead and move forward. Like Scott, I did, in fact, finance some of my education. I used some of the options that I'm going to share with you tonight, as well as some money that I had in the bank. But just to recap here, our courses are as follows. The Essentials course, as you can see here, is $1,997 for that for that package, for that course package. The dual track AIT package is a cost or an investment, if you will, of $7,994. And then the extreme combo, which I have, and about 52% of all the folks that come on board with us have, is an investment of $19,994. So let's get started in figuring out how to get this funded for you guys. I'm going to go over our top 4 funding options tonight. Number 1, obviously, cash or credit. Number 2, the 401k or IRA option. We do have 2 different funding options for our students that I'll go over for you. And then last, number 4, if you have a permanent life insurance policy, you can we'll talk about taking a loan out against that. So number 1, the quickest way to fund your education, obviously cash or credit. So if you have some cash laying around that's not doing you any good, you got it in a savings account, maybe you got it in your piggy bank, go ahead and put it to use for you. Make an investment and get started with your education so that you can start earning some income with that cash. If you have a credit card perhaps and you have a balance on it that will allow you to get started, obviously that's a very quick and easy way to get started as well. Some folks have credit cards that don't have a big enough balance on them or credit line. So what we recommend with folks in that situation is if you are in good standing with that financial institution, just give them a call. Tell them that you are looking at making a purchase that's going to help drastically improve your income potential, and ask them to raise your credit limit. And then also ask them if you can have a period of time of 0% interest. If you are in good standing with them, almost always they will allow this. I would say ask for 24 months. We've seen 18 months and 12 months, and that is one of the ways that worked for me. So what we don't want you to do, though, as far as credit cards go, is don't go out and apply for a bunch of different credit cards. That's not a good idea. This option would be a good option if you have, like I said, already a credit situation with a financial institution that's in good standing that will allow you to use that to fund your education. So number 1, quickest and easiest way, cash or credit. Number 2, which is becoming the most popular way, or one of the most popular ways to fund the education, is using a 401k personal loan. So if you have a 401k, you can take out up to half of that 401k in a personal loan, up to a maximum of $50,000. So if you have $100,000, you could take out $50,000. If you have $150,000, you still can only take out up to $50,000, but that's plenty enough to get yourself started. In the example here that we can use, if you have at least $40,000, you can go ahead and take out a $20,000 loan for the extreme combo, which you will have to pay back at an interest rate of 4.25%. Better than just about any bank loan that you could get. And the beautiful thing about this is that you are paying yourself back, not that bank. Okay, so in this example, your monthly payment is going to be roughly $371. Once again, those monies are going to go back into your 401k. So it's not like you're robbing your retirement. You will be paying that money back into your 401k at a 4.25% interest rate. And in this case, in this example, you're looking at about $371 a month. So what's really nice about this, no out-of-pocket cost. And again, like I mentioned, it's becoming one of the most popular ways to fund the education. And the kicker here is that this can be your 401k or it can be somebody else's. If you don't have a 401k yourself, but perhaps you have somebody within your sphere of influence, maybe a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or a golf buddy or a golf partner or bowling partner, you might want to approach them with the idea of perhaps partnering up with you. And what Scott has done is he has put together a little training here at this website that I want you guys to take down tonight. It is www.findthemoney.info. We call this an opinion script. And so what Scott teaches here is how he was able to raise the money for his education. And so you're not going to be going out necessarily and asking folks if you can borrow money from them. That's not how it works. There's a very specific dialogue that you would have with them. Again, we call it the opinion script. You'll find it at www.findthemoney.info. So write that down and have that available if you feel like you're going to need that in the future to maybe have a conversation with somebody that has a 401k that you might want to approach to help you get funded with your education. All right. Number two, an IRA rollover loan. So if you have an IRA, you can do a 60-day rollover. Penalties may occur if you go beyond 60 days. So be sure that you talk with your plan administrator to verify that this can be done. Make sure that your timing is correct with it, and it is an option for you. There is also with this option no out-of-pocket cost. This is, again, a very popular way to fund the education. And once again, you can use somebody else's that may be able to take out a loan to help assist you. Bottom line with this is quite frankly, it must be a genuine self-directed account. So get back maybe with the staff member that invited you here, talk to us about the details of this, and then talk to the plan administrator for the account to decide how it can be done correctly. And once again, www.findthemoney.info will give you an opinion script that you could use to have a conversation with folks that you might want to approach to use their IRA to help you fund the education. All right, number 3 is, again, basically 2 different funding options. The first one, what will happen is you will get together with the person that brought you here, again, once your staff member that invited you, and have them send you a link that will that you'll fill out to allow you to get a funding assessment done. Now, this funding assessment is not going to just look at your credit scores. It's going to look at not only your credit scores, but it's going to look at your utilization. It's going to look at your debt-to-income ratio. It's going to look at a number of things and allow your profile to be assessed for funding purposes. And we've had folks get 100% funded all the way at the extreme combo level. So definitely, in any case, if you need to have funds to purchase your education, get back with your staff member, get the link for this funding assessment, and get your funding assessment done. You will be walked through the process. You'll be given all of your available options for your specific situation, and this is a great way to fund the education if you need to use it. They are completely customized to each individual, and the one, and then there's one other one actually that's not shown on here, but it's called what we call the 20/80 program. And so whether you have good credit, bad credit, no matter what, you are going to be 100% guaranteed funding if you can just simply come up with 20% down. So in other words, regardless of what education program you want, if you can come up with 20% of the down payment, in the case of either the Essentials, the dual track AIT program, or in the case of the Extreme Combo, a 20% down payment will allow you guaranteed funding of the other 80%. And the situation here is that you will have an 18% interest rate attached to that loan. But the good thing about it is that there is no prepayment penalty. So if you use this option, you could get busy and start to work with us and get that loan paid off in no time. So those are your 2 funding options for our students in this plan. And then number 4, the last one that we talked about, a permanent insurance policy that has a cash value you can actually borrow against. So if you have a whole life insurance policy, a universal life insurance policy, or a variable life insurance policy, then as long as it has a cash value to it, you should be able to take a loan against that. All you need to do in this case is call up your insurance agent to find out what type of loans are available to you, and then go ahead and take out that loan to fund your education. Now, the worst case scenario with this, we like to tell people is don't pay it back. If you don't, even if you don't pay this back, in the worst case, what we've found is at the time of your death, well, of course, you will not, or your beneficiary will not get the benefit of the funds that you borrowed against this life insurance policy. So those that have this option are using it, and it's also fast becoming one of the most popular ways to fund the education. All right, so those are the 4 top ways that folks are funding the education with us. At this point, we want to get creative. If one of those 4 options don't seem to work for you, then let's get creative. We're willing to work with you to figure out a way that will work best for you. How can we make this work for you so that you can have the same experiences that we're getting? We're here to help you. Just go ahead and let us know what we need to do to help you start thinking outside the box and get a little more creative than what we just went over with you. So think about this as an investment.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead. Let me know when you're done.
So just a couple more things here, folks. Bottom line is this is an investment, all right? You're investing in yourself so that you can grow your income. Bottom line, right? Your choices at this point are, what are you thinking? I can't afford it. If that's what you're thinking, what we like to say to folks is you might as well go ahead and put your dreams on a shelf. However, if you see the value in going on the direction that we're going, then you'll think, how can I afford it? What do I need to do? Who do I know to get started? Bottom line is that we have a plan that works, and we'll help you figure it out. All right. With that said, we'll open up the chat line for questions right after Scott chimes in with what he wanted to share. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay, the one last thing I did want to share on this whole thing, guys, I want you to be very, very clear. And I don't know if we're making it clear enough, and it's probably my fault because I haven't asked my folks to make it clear enough. Is that we do have funding for students, and we have gotten multiple banks that are willing to fund you through lines of credit or even credit cards ready to go, because they already know what Renatus is. They love Renatus. So if you can, and I might understand, did you have a conversation, not Chuck, but Donna? This is a question for Donna. Do we have a conversation with Nancy that we're not supposed to give that website away there, D? So if you can do me a favor and give me the answer to that, Donna Lee. I want to cover one thing. So even if you don't get 100% funded, okay? Let me just draw this out here. I want to stress this incredibly. Even if you don't get 100% funding after getting your funding assessment, right? The minimum that the worst case scenario, so like if you don't have the credit, you don't have the cash flow or anything like that, the minimum would be a 20/80 funding option, a finance option. She said, okay, just please make sure they know they need to pick the person who referred them. Are you sure on that? I mean, they're not all of them are gonna know. All right, so I'm gonna give you a website. Everybody, you know what? I put $80 and $20 because I'm thinking in dollars. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna give you a website that you can go to for this. Right? It is It's better to wait and get the link from the person. Just don't want to wait. I want to make sure that people that are alphas like me don't get held up from a lazy staffer. That's all. So I'm just saying. Donna's like, no, and I'm like, yes. All right, I'm gonna do it anyway because I have the power. Makes tracking harder. Okay, that's cool. I'll put the onus on my wife. Okay, if you go to getfundedonline.com, everybody, you're actually going to see training videos that explain exactly what Renatus has done with a bunch of banks. Okay, so if it's getfundedonline.com, now there she goes. See, Donna's playing with me now. So there you go. So getfundedonline.com. Now watch this. If for some reason you don't get the 100% funding, let me tell you what is absolutely guaranteed. And you want to let Get Funded Online tell you, hey, you're not going to get 100%. Let them. Because I have seen some crazy situations get 100% funding for this education. Okay. So wait, let me go back here. I'm going to go back to one thing, if you'll let me to do it, Chuck. I want to give Chuck a beard here and a mustache first. Okay, there you go. Then I want to go to this. Let's talk about the absolute worst case scenario, because when I go over the helping you guys make money on the enrollment side, I want you to have known this, all right? The absolute worst case scenario, if you for some reason don't have the credit score or anything else, I want you to know that you could put $400 down and pay $101 a month and get your education, right? This is such a great thing. We've helped a lot of people actually get into real estate that were completely broke, like me, and had terrible credit, like me. So I'm the guy on the line here that is the situation that I'm talking about, right? I was in bad shape. All right, so you could, with the essentials, put $400 down and $101 a month and get it paid for. with no prepayment penalties. It is an 18% simple interest, but you can pay it off in your first month, and I've seen people do it because they start getting paid from the education company. The second option would be $1,600 down, right, and about I'm thinking a $250 a month payment here, and you've got 2 of your vocational tracks. And then on the third option would be $4,000 down, and you have the lifetime access now. So $4,000 down, and then what I understand to be hang on a second, let me just change that over, about a $540 payment a month. Okay, so just keep in mind that this is an option. A lot of folks are like, you mean I could actually put $400 down tonight and I could have my classes on? Yes, that's how accessible this stuff is. No matter what your credit score is, no matter what your cash flow is, that is the possibility. Okay, now I'm going to leave it with that. I'm going to go back to Chuck. I'm going to hand it back to Chuck so he can answer any questions. I just wanted to interject that so everybody was clear on that. So thank you, Chuck, for giving me some time.
Outstanding. No, that's awesome, man. I'm going to have to put that in my presentation, I think, coming up. So, folks, go ahead and type in your questions in the chat line over here on the left. Please keep them only about the 4 options that I just laid out for you. Joshua, Scott just covered that. If you have no credit at all, no problem. All you need to do is come up with 20% down, $400 in the case of the essentials, and you're golden. You're in. You're working with us. All right, Hans, if you start with a basic program, can you upgrade? Absolutely. I did. I got my essentials first, and then a few months later, I bought my extreme combo package. So absolutely. Jeff Johnson, funding for students help. I'm not sure I understand exactly what you're asking me there. There is funding for all of our students. We just went over them. Isaacs, yes, you could upgrade. Okay, staff. All right, yep. Donna says that the education questions will be answered in the next section. So I need help to come up with everything. Okay, Jeff, listen, man, get back together with the staff member that brought you here, and let's brainstorm. We'll figure something out for you, all right? Again, 20% down, man, and you're in. All right, can 2 people apply for the funding together as a couple or team using both credit scores? I have not seen that happen. I think each one of you should probably get your own funding assessment done and then go from there, all right? I came in late. I did not speak with the person who referred me first, so not sure how the company pays me back. Okay, Shannon, listen, this is recorded, so just get back with the staff member that invited you here and get a copy of the recording. I have to go. All right, Joshua, have a great night, man. Taylor, broke college student dealing with student loans as well as on top of this. Okay, so get busy with us. Stick around to the very end and learn how you can make $1,000 to $10,000 a month helping enroll other students, and let's get that student loan paid off. Let's get you into the education where you can take some classes that will teach you how to get those student loans paid off faster than what you're paying them right now with the money you already have coming in, and no excuses. Jeff Johnson, I'm ready. I am ready so much. Awesome. Stick around till the end, please. Torre, I am in Jeff's situation. I'm not financially able to put anything down at this moment. Torre, there are so many different options. I mean, we've had people do bake sales. I had a guy, take his truck around. He woke up in the morning, got on Craigslist, checked out the free section, drove around town, picked up free stuff, beds, chairs, you name it, brought them back to his house, cleaned them up, put them back on Craigslist for $25, $30 a piece. Before he knew it, he had $400 to get started in the essentials. If if there's a will, there's a way. If you really want this, we'll help you figure it out. You'll get it done. How do I start with nothing? Jack, I just explained one way. I would say with you, Jack, number one, www.findthemoney.info. Go to that website, study that training, and memorize it. And if you do just what Scott teaches on findthemoney.info, I guarantee anybody, if you take that opinion script and you use that with enough people, you're going to find the money. All right? If you're asking me the mortgage payment a month to do an extreme program, I don't know what your mortgage payment is, so if I have the funding for the training, do I need to plan on more for doing the investing? Well, you know, investing takes money also. And quite frankly, a lot of the ways that we raise money, we raise it using the opinion script at findthemoney.info. So go for it. Jack Combs, I'm old. Money does not care how old you are. If you're willing to do the work, the money will come to you. So, okay, so you're old. How do we make the money back? Either doing the marketing side of the business with us or doing some real estate deals. You know, that's how everybody makes their money back, one way or the other. I'm looking forward to working with this team, and I will find a way to do it. Awesome. That's the kind of attitude we want, man. You're going to do great with us. I'm willing to become your staff first to make money for classes. Is that possible? Stick around till the end, Torre. Scott's going to talk about how you can earn income with us doing what we're doing right now tonight. So just stick around till the end. We'll cover that in the third section. Jack, I'm broke and I have not had a paycheck in 4 months. Findthemoney.info, Jack.
Okay, hey, can I say something? Can I say something?
Absolutely, Scott, man. This is your show, brother.
Let me tell you something. We are not interested in how broke you guys are. We're worried about your future, not your past, right? And you guys are like, well, how can I start if I'm broke? We've already told you a couple times. Findthemoney.info. There's a Lamborghini in the parking lot that I didn't pay a dime for, but I took a check for $200,000 down to the dealership. The same exact script that got me the car, I feature in the findthemoney.info, right? So I would go to Find the Money. If for some reason you're like, well, I'm one of those broke guys like Scott Rowe was when he started, great. Go to findthemoney.info and I'll show you exactly how I did it, right? So we're not interested in how broke you are. Stop telling us how broke you are. We're not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. So we're not here to convince you and throw money your way. That's not it. Where there's a will, there's a way, just like Chuck said, right? And if you go to findthemoney.info and you study that, then you'll be good. If you do what I tell you to do, you're going to be fine. You're going to have. If you do what I tell you to do, you'll all have extreme combos orders, right? So, okay. Can I advertise? Okay, you guys are not now. Chuck, I'm looking down the list here. There are no funding questions coming in right now. So let's handle this. Tried surviving, ready to thrive. Great. So I'm assuming that there's no more funding questions. And I relieve you of your stead there, Chuck. Now let's deal with what you guys are going to do next. If for some reason the folks that weren't chiming in telling us how broke they were actually ready to go, let me give you the idea here. Unless I know you guys think, well, that guy's an a-hole. Yeah, sometimes you need somebody to actually tell you how like it is, so we can help you get out where you're at, right? Some of you guys just need a coach, right? And that's exactly what I'm going to be for you if you decide to take this on. I'm going to be coaching you every single morning. Because some of the stinking thinking that's going on in the world deserves to be turned around. All right, if you are ready to go and you know exactly how you're going to fund it and you're only interested in doing real estate with this group, please take this down, Q&A-forum.com right now. Q&A-forum.com. In fact, everybody should take it on, because if for some reason you've heard what you needed to hear and you're ready to move on, then you're going to go to Q&A-forum.com to let us know what you want to do and how you're going to do it. So when you go to Q&A-forum.com, it is imperative that you let us know who contacted you, so that we can make sure you're taken care of properly. But then you're going to let us know, hey, I'm interested in doing real estate with this group. And that's the only thing that you could be interested in right now, because you haven't heard about the enrolling or the staffing side. You haven't heard about that. So the only thing that you're interested in, you're leaving, is real estate. That's fine with us. We've got plenty of people doing that. You already knew when you got here which program you were getting into. 52% of us do the extreme combo. 10% of us do the advanced, and then 22% of us do the essentials. Okay, I myself have an extreme combo. Funding. Then you're going to let us know based on what Chuck just went over. All right, I got some cash or credit. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get in and get it back. Retirement plan. Maybe you didn't know you could use your 401k and lend yourself half. Using cash or credit on the using the life insurance policy. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Bob, I'm on a follow-up. Can I call you in 5 minutes? All right, bye. Okay, so that was the founder of the education company. So by the way, so he's calling me on my cell phone. Sorry, you take those calls. Okay, so cash value life insurance, which I think is very intelligent. Get funded assessment. You're going to ask for the funding assessment, or you're going to go straight to get funded online, like I just told you to. Or if you have questions still based on what you've already heard, then jot that down. Then you're going to let us know what time to contact you, so we're not intruding in your life. You're going to let us know what time zone you're in, so we don't screw that up either. You'll hit submit. That will come to us. I'll show you where that's going to go later on. If you're interested in helping enroll students, I'll show you how that's all tracked. And then you're ready to go. So that tells us what you want to do and how to help you. So the next step, and for those people that did come on late, I am going to be showing you after, at the end of this webinar. So stop asking how you can make money. I'll cover that in depth. In the last 57 months, my wife and I have made $1.3 million. In the last 10 weeks, we've made 121 grand. That is the education company paying me back. So I actually didn't have $20,000 to do the extreme combo, but 5 days later, I was into an extreme combo. Do you guys understand? So 5 days after seeing this webinar broke, I did what I teach you to do on findthemoney.info. 5 days later, I had $20,000 ready to go. And then my first year, they paid me $159,000 back. That's not including the real estate that I did, right? So let me just show you really quick before we move on to the education side. This is, and I know some of you guys haven't seen this, so I'm going to show it off to you right now. My wife and I have been able to do a ton of real estate with this group here. These are some of the rental properties that we have. We have 95 single-family homes that we're attached to and we collect rents on. Okay, so if you're interested in having rents, there's 3 of them, there's 4 of them, there's 5 of them, there's 6 of them, there's 7 of them, there's number 8. I could go down and down and down, but let me just show you the financials. This is my favorite part. You look at all the financials. I'll show it to you really quick. This is what I want you to do someday. Hang on a second. Let me just... Oop, what happened there? Hang on a second. IE. Okay, let me pull that up. Okay, so let me show you these are my third quarter, up to my third quarter financials here, and this is a P&L report right here on all the properties. So at $132,000 first 3 quarters in profit. That's rents. That's net. That's the net rents coming in. So we did real estate. We did the marketing side. I was broke. I was unemployed. Go to findthemoney.info and find out how I had it in 5 days. Today we've got a lot of properties. We've done a lot of good on the enrolling side. We average about $10,000 a week there. And I'm going to explain how this works at the end. So stop asking questions about it. If you're only here for funding, then you're done. You're ready to go. Go to Q&A-forum.com. Let us know what you want to do. The next portion of this webinar is going to be handled by one of my favorites. And you can see, we have we have over 100 people online right now checking this out. So obviously we're doing something right if we can have 100 people twice a week on follow-ups. So the next person I'm going to introduce you to is a girl that's near and dear to my heart here. She is in Chicagoland. She's actually in the office here tonight. She used to work for, yep.
Read the one question on there. I think you should answer the one question. Glenn's question.
Scott, what if I guaranteed you 100% return on your money plus an additional 50% if you were to fund me? I'm not a bank, and my life is not built for that kind of risk. Does that make sense? The banks, the people that will fund you, is because I don't know you, you may not do anything. Make sense? So I can't guarantee you that everybody I've worked with has a work ethic like me. Glenn, I don't even know you, right? So I'm not at that level to take that. I'm not house money. That's house money takes care of financing stuff. Get it? So there you go. I don't know who you are, and I'm not willing to take a chance on that. So that's the best answer I can give you. Not a bank. I don't have that kind of risk tolerance in my life to just fund everybody on the line here. 100 times $20,000 would be a lot, Glenn, because everybody in the line would put in what you just put in. Oh, Scott, if you fund me 100% and I give you 50%, anybody else want to do that? Anybody else on the line want to do that stuff? Of course you would. All right, so Scott Rowe's not house money. Okay, I don't have that kind of risk tolerance in my life like the banks do. So just to let you know. All right, guys. So everybody would, right? Okay, so watch this. So the next person that's going to come up here, and I think that's a very fair answer to the question that you just posed to me. So Scott Rowe should have answered that. Here she is. Oh, how come I don't see her online here? Is it because I've... Hold on a second. Is her picture over here? I'm trying to pull up a new share. Hang on a second. I'm going to add a new... Oh. It's very interesting with this chat line going the way it is. I'm just trying to bring up... I'm just trying to bring up Loretta Wetzel's picture here so you guys can know who you're talking to. And it's right there. Okay, so I'm going to put her over here. Just want to make sure you guys understand who you're talking to. You are about to talk to an award-winning member of Renatus. She came in after she lost her six-figure job at United Airlines. She was in human resources. She could not find another job. She came down looking for an opportunity to help her kids go to college because that was going to hurt. That was hurt because of her job loss. Her 6 month with us, she made $80,000 on her first fix and flip. At the 6 months mark, she got a check for $80,000 on her first fix and flip. Please help me welcome, about to be a FAB member, Founders Advisory Board member, the award-winning Loretta Wetzel.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. My role today is to go over the education, and so we are going to break this up into two parts. The first part of the curriculum, we're going to discuss the essentials, and the second part will be your AIT courses or accelerated investor training. As Scott said, I'm not a broker. I'm not a realtor. I lost my six-figure income in corporate America, and we had two kids in college at the time and out-of-state tuition. I was in a world of hurt, and the jobs that I was interviewing for wanted me to pretty much start at the bottom and work my way up the corporate ladder. And I just chose not to do that. I joined this community, and as they say, the rest is history. So we are going to go over the education today. So Bob Snyder, who just called Scott, who's the CEO of Renatus, he hired a PhD in instructional system design. And he wanted to design the curriculum for frontline people like you and me. So let's go over the essentials first. Here you'll see courses highlighted in white and in yellow. The courses highlighted in white are your real estate courses. It covers primarily acquisition of real estate properties. The yellow courses is your small business basic training, as you can see here. So this is on-demand learning. It's self-paced, so that means you have access to it 24/7 with replay. You can take your classes. There is a 12-month redemption period for you and a tuition partner. You can watch it as few times as you need or as much as you want so that you are confident and competent to apply the education. You have 10 classes plus a fast track review. There's weekly group coaching online with the college, as well as live study groups from the Chicagoland area. We stream those via webinar. So no matter where you are across the country, you'll get a chance to join in. Okay, so what can you learn with the essentials? You're going to learn about structuring your business entities. Should I have an S Corp? Should I have a LLC? Should I have series? What about tax write-offs? You know, there's a saying, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. Credit management is key, both personal credit and developing business credit. You're going to use social media to market as well as other forms of marketing. What about risk management, right? Closing, evaluating deals, red flags, and acquisitions. Low cost to no cost. You know, most folks look at the MLS, but there are other ways to acquire properties, one of them including probate. So there are 10 powerful classes in the essentials. I am not going to highlight all of these. Most of you have done your due diligence and homework by going to myrenatus.com. And I'm going to highlight two of them. The first one is tax and legal strategies. I'm highlighting this one because during your 7-day right of rescission, when you first purchase the education, you'll have an opportunity to watch at least one class while that 7-day right of rescission is ticking off, right? So tax and legal strategies is going to be the very first class that you access. It's got a lot of great information, including how to keep more money in your pocket by saving on tax returns, what the proper corporate structure is, how your businesses can be protected, and also your education is 100% tax deductible. The other course I'm going to highlight because it's brand new, it's mortgage acceleration. And that's the beauty of our system, because when you own the top package, with any updates or any education that's added, you don't pay anything extra. So we just brought this on, mortgage acceleration. Many people have a traditional 30-year mortgage. If you like to learn how to cut that in half, you're going to find out that information in this brand new course that was just added on mortgage acceleration. So when you open up the essentials, when I log into my business center, this is exactly what I see. You'll see here, you simply point and click, and you can begin watching your education. You can watch it at 2 a.m. in the morning, 5 p.m. in the afternoon, stop, pause, get a sandwich. This is self-paced learning. Now, also, there are a set of headphones. You can actually download the audio version of the education, download it into an MP3 file format, transfer it to a favorite listening device, and listen to it. If you have a long commute, if you are exercising in the morning, you might want to listen to it. Or if you got a lot of downtime in between traveling, that might work best for you. There's also a workbook. So I'm a note taker. I love to take notes. So I printed out the workbook. And as I was watching my classes at my kitchen table late at night, I took notes. So both of those additional features, there's no additional charge for that. Notice that there is a check mark here that says pass. There are assessments, right? There are pre-test and post-test. The pre-test will determine what you already know about this particular course. The post-test will measure what have you learned once you watch the online video. It is pass-fail, so you must get them 100% correctly on the assessment, but you can take the assessments as many times as you need. Once again, there's no additional charge. This is what the classroom looks like. Right here, you see there is Mark Kohler teaching Tax and Legal Strategies Day 2. And this particular segment is on equity stripping. So let's say you watched this yesterday, you're picking it right back up. You can go directly to Day 2, Segment 9, and follow along with the video, as well as the PowerPoint that's adjacent to the video, and take notes. Also, if you travel quite a bit, it is also accessible to mobile devices, iPad, tablets, etc., smartphones. So we make it really easy for you to access the education. Group coaching. Now, you can receive group coaching every Tuesday evening. You can ask any questions that you want about your deals, real estate laws, contracts. This is for 1 full year of coaching, group coaching. That's unless you have the extreme combo, in which case it can be for the rest of your life. So the idea here is that we're not leaving you alone, but rather giving you many, many levels of support to help you out with success. So the essentials, you have the courses, you have the weekly group coaching sessions. So you get an extensive amount of hours in the essentials covering your acquisition strategies and your small business foundation. Now, other individuals who are out there today, for the depth and breadth of information that we provide you in the essentials, we charge you $21,000. That's not our price. You can have the essentials for a little under $2,000. So it's a great place to get started. And so we say you can get mentored and trained by millionaires for as little as $17.36 an hour. Okay, and by the way, it is for 2 people, a primary and a tuition partner. Okay, now you've covered the essentials. Now let's talk about the AIT, or Accelerated Investor Training courses. Now the AIT is designed with a twofold purpose. One, the technical side of the exit strategy. See, the essentials covers your acquisition. But what about your exit? People know how to get into a real estate deal. They don't know how to get out. So it covers the technical side of your exit strategies. It will teach you step by step from A to Z how to do your real estate deals from start to finish. The other purpose of your AIT is to help develop it on the business side, so you can scale this into a profitable business, and also how to apply this in your local market. So here we have it. At the essentials level, you have your 100 and 200 level basic courses, and all the courses that you see here, you are going to receive in the essentials. You're building your strong foundation. Then you graduate to the 300 and 400 level courses, your AIT. So there are 8 classes in fix and flip. There are 8 classes in your lease options or buy and hold. There are 7 classes in your short sales, 6 classes in your multifamily units, 6 classes in your seller finance notes, and 5 classes in your commercial real estate. In the top package, you receive bonus classes, and there are 9 classes listed in there. So we consider these like majors, each vocational track. If you go to college and say majored in math, for example, you wouldn't take just 1 class. You would take 8 or 9 classes in math to complete your major. Well, similar with the vocational tracks that hold the exit strategies, there's several classes under each track. So let's get into it. Okay, fix and flip. All right? So with the fix and flip, that's your first major. You're going to add value to your property, right? And you're going to be able to sell it for a profit. So it's going to teach you how to find your ideal properties, how to add value. It's going to teach you how to properly invest. You have your wholesaling strategy, which is low risk. We have a saying, you make your money when you buy, but you get paid when you sell. So all these classes here are under your fix and flip. Now a little bit about our instructors. There are many criteria to qualify as a real estate instructor at our college, but I want to highlight 2 main ones. One, in order to be an instructor with our college, you must have earned over $1 million in the subject that you teach in order to be an instructor. The second main criteria is you must be a current active real estate investor today. Not 10 years ago and didn't do anything since then, but active and current today. So we have 2 instructors, Kendall Stock and Darren Davis. Kendall is a product, a student of our education, and did so well, he became an instructor. Darren, who was actually here in Chicago for our real estate workshop this past weekend, he actually was a former paint pump mechanic. Both of them have partnered together. They do very well. They've completed over 83 deals in a 4-year period and with a net profit of $1.9 million. Okay, let's talk about lease options. This is the art of selling your real estate long-term over time. We really call it buy and hold, and here you have it, all the classes that are there. So you get 2 full days of buy and hold, walking you through the ins and outs of the rental business, how to find out information about your state and the laws applicable to that, your short and long-term strategies. Chris Wilson is the instructor. He teaches that. He has over 30 years of real estate experience. He holds his MBA degree and has done multiple real estate transactions every single year. Short sales. We have a saying, there's nothing short about a short sale. However, we can teach you in this course how to put a deal package together to present it to the lender so that you look like a pro and not a rookie, right? There's a certain process that you must follow. So all the courses that you see listed here on the screen, you want to teach about the contents of the hardship letter, a step-by-step process, the various contracts that you need. All of that is involved with the short sales track. Brian Sump is our instructor. Brian was actually 16 years as a diesel mechanic. He did so well with our education, he actually fired his own boss. Told him he was costing him too much money. And with 6 months after that, he was able to eliminate his consumer debt. 9 months after that, he was able to eliminate not only his consumer debt, but his mortgage as well. Multifamily dwellings. Okay? This is where cash flow and equity come into play. You have passive income. So you have analytics on families, investment property management. You have 2 full days of multifamily. All of this information is here with this particular track. John Dessauer is the instructor. He's a real estate investor and author. He's written a book, Real Estate H2O and the Alchemy of Wealth. And at one point in time, John Dessauer had 1,500 rent checks coming into his mailbox. Very, very successful real estate investor. Seller finance notes, tax deeds, and liens. Okay, all of the classes that you see listed here. This teaches you how to become the bank. This is the secondary marketplace for privately held notes and mortgages for the paper business. Jeff Armstrong is our instructor for that. Jeff is the third largest note broker in the country. Actually, only about 200 people do this full time, and we have the third largest one on our staff as a real estate instructor. Melissa Blacksom is our head coach at Renatus, and she teaches our tax deeds and liens. And, you know, many people are successful with this. As a matter of fact, we have a real estate investor by the name of Jeannie who took these courses and took it to heart. She was able to purchase 35 tax liens for only $32,000. Is that pretty good? Yeah, I think so. 35 tax liens for only $32,000. Now, get this. 2 people redeemed their taxes, right? So she was able to get the principal plus the interest back. Great. But then she also sold 2 of the properties. Now, when she sold the properties, she didn't fix anything up with the property. She didn't put a paintbrush to them. She didn't put a hammer to them. She sold one property for $30,000. She sold another property for $97,000. So for a total of $127,000. And listen, she only put $32,000 into this, right? And she still has properties left, tax liens left. So that is an example of what people do with their education. Commercial real estate investing. Okay, if you are interested in commercial buildings, warehousing, strip malls, this definitely is for you. We'll have information in our courses on cash flow, appreciation, tax savings, how to analyze that, the ins and outs of negotiating with lending institutions, how to stay compliant with the SEC. So we're going to focus on your documents, your checklist, your analytics. All of that comes into play with your commercial real estate investing. Christian George teaches this particular track. He is a seasoned titled escrow officer as well as a restaurant owner. He teaches before, during, and after the closing table what happens. So you get a scope and view from an escrow officer, which is key. Now, for our top package holders, we also have bonus classes, as you can see listed here. I'm only going to highlight a couple of them. One, negotiations. You know what? You can use negotiations in your personal life, in your business life. You negotiate for everything, a date, a car, anything, your spouse. So negotiations is key. I love this class. Also, I'm going to highlight understanding your investor ID, because people will begin to understand what you resonate with. Some people like fix and flip. Some people don't want to deal with that and maybe only want to do seller financing notes with the paper. It's totally up to you, and this course will help you to understand what you resonate with the most. So there you have it. You can select 2 out of the 6 vocational tracks for the AIT Advanced program. It is for a 12-month redemption period for you and a tuition partner, and you can select any 2. Lease options or fix and flips, or maybe you're going to do fix and flip and commercial. You can select any 2, plus you have the weekly group coaching and the study groups. Now, with our Extreme Combo package, it is everything that we have to offer. After your 12-month redemption period for you and a tuition partner, you have complimentary lifetime access. This is the only package that will allow that. You get all of the vocational tracks, plus the weekly group coaching. There's also one-on-one coaching with you and an instructor from the college, study groups, and the bonus material. I mentioned this earlier. Any new tracks, classes, or updates are free, and this is with our top package. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. So we are the #1 online real estate investing education in the country, and we give you many, many levels of support. Right? On the Renata side, we have the group coaching, the one-on-one coaching, and if you want to participate in the live classes, we re-record a portion of our classes every quarter so that you have the most up-to-date information. Now, this is what Renata's provides, but in addition to that, there's local support. You can dial into our monthly workshops, which we stream via webinar, so wherever you are across the country, you can participate in that. We have the weekly study groups and daily webinars and calls. So what's the education difference, you might ask? Well, we teach comprehensive strategies, not just the popular ones. We teach you the business of real estate investing so you can minimize those tax liabilities, and we're the most affordable out there. The other people will upsell you and give you boot camps. That's just not our business model. As a matter of fact, we meet over 20 times a week for support. You can partner with individuals across the country, do real estate. You get to choose where you want to start, and Scott is going to cover up next the Earn While You Learn program, so stay tuned. Commonly asked questions: can I start with the essentials and purchase an AIT package later? You absolutely can. Get in where you can fit in. Just get started. Can you upgrade within the 12-month redemption period from the advanced AIT package to an extreme combo? Yes, you can. Just invest the difference in the price, plus there is a $750 service fee when you go from the AIT Advanced to the AIT Extreme Combo. Now, what about those all-important real estate contracts or documents? With any AIT package, you receive those. You want to have your local real estate attorney tweak and review for your state, and you are all set. So we have education, properties, income, and community. That's our secret sauce. It's what makes us successful within our community. And just as a recap for the education, the essentials is a little under $2,000 for a 12-month period. The classes are about 8 hours each. You have the AIT Advanced, which is the essentials, plus 2 out of the 6 vocational tracks. That is a little under $8,000. And then everything that we have to offer, or as Scott likes to call it, our all-access pass to Disney World, because everything that you need to be a successful real estate investor is included with the Extreme Combo. All of the 6 vocational tracks, the essentials, the one-on-one coaching, plus this is the only one with the complimentary lifetime access. And that is a little under $20,000. Okay, it's time to open it up for some Q&A. If you have questions about the education only, please type those into the chat line. If you don't have any questions about the education, please type in the queue for no questions. Okay, Nagat Tran, where is the bookkeeping class? I'm not sure what you're referring to. There are, in your essentials, you have your acquisition strategies and your small business coursework to make sure you set up your businesses appropriately. So I'm not quite sure what you're referring to in terms of bookkeeping class. You might want to refer to your resource, your local accountant. So we have many resources within the community. Thank you, Scott. Tax and legal strategies. There you go. That's in the essentials, by the way. Teray, I see that the program seems to be well structured, but as a single parent, would I have access to an instructor after normal hours? Well, there are many layers of support, Teray, and what I would recommend is that you plug into your mentors within the community first. I will tell you that our instructors are quite accessible. So if it's something that your real estate mentor is unable to answer, you can certainly email the instructor for clarification, and that might suit you for your schedule. Yep, your classes are available 24/7. It's on demand, so if you like to watch your classes at 2 a.m. in the morning, you can do that, or if it's late in the evening. Joseph, are there any physical places to go to in the Washington, D.C. area? There is a community in the Washington, D.C. area to plug into, so you can definitely do that. Get back with the person that invited you, and there are events on our calendar in the Business Center so that you can begin plugging into our Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland real estate community. Emmanuel, how long does the essentials take? Well, it's self-paced, Emmanuel, so it's totally up to you. They're typically in 8-hour classes, and they're broken up in segments. We have some people that they treat this as a full-time job. We have other people, because they have a regular job, that they can only watch it maybe at night or on the weekend, so it's totally up to you and how long it takes. With me personally, I took both the essentials and the AIT classes all within a 2-month period. I took everything, but I was laid off of my 6-figure income job, so all I had was time. This was my job. I have other people, it's taking them longer, right, because they're only watching it on the weekends. So that's up to you, Emmanuel. Teray, as a single father to a 3-year-old daughter, my schedule can get hectic. Is it accommodated? Absolutely yes. It is accommodated. Our trainings and support that we have live webinars, and those webinars are also recorded. So Teray, you can definitely plug in if you aren't able to get the support when we have the live webinars. You can listen to the recordings, and that should work for you. Shannon, what about Little Rock, Arkansas? I know we have individuals that are part of the community. I'm not sure if there is a large group in Little Rock. Is there a group in Seattle, Washington? Yes, there is a group in Seattle, Washington, and they are growing strong. Stuart. Yep, classes are available 24/7. It's on demand. Teray, also your instructors are based in Oklahoma City. However, I am at Kasha, Oklahoma. Doesn't matter where you are across the United States. Our classes, you access them online, and also our workshops, you can access them via webinar. So wherever you are, Teray, you have access. Okay. Scott is saying he will be in Seattle on January 23rd for the Seattle kickoff. We have individuals within our community all across the 50 states. Yes, we have something in Philly. We've got folks in Seattle. We are continuing to expand across the country. So regardless of where you are, you have access to the online education, right? So it's not geographically specific. You can, if you're in Alaska, you can watch the classes. If you're in Hawaii, you can watch the classes, right? It doesn't matter. You have access to it. You have access to our trainings, which are live and recorded to fit your schedule. Scott says you can take classes at home in your under roof. You know what? That's so true, Scott, because When I took my classes, I had on my bathrobe and my bunny slippers and my cup of Celestial Seasonings tea, and I sat at my kitchen table at nighttime and I took my classes. It was just comfortable, easy for me to do. All right, Teray, I would like to use my training in the city I am in. Is that a problem? No problem at all. Real estate is everywhere, right? Real estate is countrywide, so wherever you would like to apply it. What I didn't share about my very first real estate deal, even though I am based in Illinois, my first real estate deal actually was in the state of California. Now, I would not recommend that. However, I was successful, and it was all with the support from the community as well as the education. So real estate's everywhere. A few more folks are typing. Everywhere the earth is. So true. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate that. Teray, I am from Chicago and I have family there. Would I be able to buy property there living in Oklahoma? You can do real estate anywhere in the country. The key is to be educated. Mike of Louisville, can you hold a real estate workshop in Louisville, Kentucky? Well, you know what? We're continuing to grow and expand, and as interest develops, who knows? You might be the guy, Mike. Right? Well, because we're continuing to grow and expand. Scott says as soon as you put it together, he'll come. So there you have it. You more folks are typing? Yes. Workshops are broadcast nationwide. Yes. Yep, anyone can register and have access to it. Okay, Scott's going to be working on getting a session together in Orlando and Tampa. You can participate in Chicago Workhouse from your home. Yep, you can do all of that. All right, Scott. I think it's back to you. We pretty much covered the education questions.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, there's a lot of questions about where we're going to be, not the education. So we're gonna kill that chat. Sorry, I just crit. Oh man. Nope. I kind of got rid of that. I don't know where that went there, Donna. Question. Hold on a minute. All right, I'm gonna bring back a chat line. Hang on a second, guys. I kind of screwed that up. Hang on a second. Nope, that's wrong too. Help! Thank you. Let me just get rid of this here. I cannot get rid of the one chat there, D. So maybe you can help me out with that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I got it. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. All right, folks. So the folks that are here for real estate, you guys are asking questions about location, not education. So let's talk about how we get to other locations. That'll be the next portion here. So let's stay on task so we're not wasting our time and we're getting you guys on with your nights. Okay, am I sharing the screen? Let me share my screen one more time here, guys, and show you guys. If for some reason you guys are here just for real estate, I'm okay with that. You're going to go to Q&A-forum.com as you exit our webinar here tonight. You go to Q&A-forum.com. You're going to let us know, yep, I'm only interested in doing real estate with this group. Fantastic. I do want an extreme combo based on what Loretta went over. 52% of us have the extreme combo. 10% of us have the advanced. 22% of us start with the essentials. 73% of those people actually upgrade. So, and then you're going to let us know how you're going to fund it. So I'm going to use cash or credit, some retirement plans, some life insurance. You guys know you can use all this stuff, right? You don't have to just use one. And then maybe you still have some questions about stuff. You'll let us know. You're going to let us know exactly what time to contact you, what time zone you're in. You'll hit submit. we will get that submission and go from there. Okay, last thing we're going to cover tonight is the making of money with us. If you're interested in getting paid twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday, like we do, I'll show you one last time here, and I'll come back and show you some of the systems in just a second. But my wife and I, we got paid on 8/18. We got paid $11,000. Then 3 days later, we got paid almost $4,500. Then 4 days later, we got paid $1,800. And if you check out shown on page here, so from 8/18, which is August 18th, which is, 2 weeks in August, right? 2 weeks in August, all the way to the 23rd, which is 3 weeks in October. That right there, that's 5 weeks. And if you add the 4 weeks in September, I guess it's only 9 weeks. Okay, so in the last 9 weeks, my wife and I have actually earned $121,000 in the last 9 weeks. Now, let's put that in perspective for everybody. I knew I wanted to do real estate. That's how I got down here. Okay, I invested in the $20,000. I was broke. I was unemployed. I was broke. 5 days later, I got the extreme combo order. Go to findthemoney.info, and I'll show you exactly how that happened. I'll show you 2 other of my students that did the exact same thing. They were totally broke. They had the extreme combo. I'll give you their stories and what they did. So there's 3 examples of getting the money if you're completely broke like I was to get into the $20,000 program. So I got into the $20,000 program, and in the last 57 months, they've paid me. The education company has paid me $1.3 million back, right? And the last 9 weeks, we've made $121,000. Now, I will tell you this right before I leave, leave this page. You see this money here? Right now, we're averaging maybe $10,000 a week. That's willable to my kids. So I have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old at home. Not only will they get the properties that my wife and I have put together, but this company will let my family, my 2 boys, continue to make that money right there, coming into them every single week. So it's been fantastic. Working with the right company, not the wrong company. All right, I'm going to share the whiteboard now. Tori McLean, I would like to get paid twice a week and use that money for classes. I also have 5 people right now. I can get into this. Okay, clear chat for me. No problem, Tori. Stop telling me what you can do. Start asking questions. Okay, just ask the questions you need answered, guys. I love the fact you guys are enthusiastic and excited, but let's make sure we're concise because we've got 100 people on the line here that need to go watch TV somewhere. Okay? All right, here's what I'm going to start with tonight. It doesn't matter if you guys, we make a lot of money, myself and my team and my staff and I, we make a lot of money. But it doesn't matter how much we make if you can't do the work. Would you guys agree? Yes? So what we are going to teach everybody online, I don't care how much you know about this stuff, we train on a daily basis on this stuff. So we're actually, every single morning I'm online helping people do this stuff. The first thing that we train people how to do is lead generate through advertising and things like that. So tell me if you can't do this. Everybody just pay attention and maybe chat in a yes or a Y or a no or whatever. Could you guys put a Craigslist ad out tonight? Is that possible? I mean, even if you didn't know how to put a Craigslist ad out tonight, could you go on YouTube and learn how and then do it if it was worth $100,000? If I said, hey, I'm going to pay you $100,000 this next 12 months if you can learn how to put Craigslist ads out there. Would that be possible for you? Okay. Have you ever put, let's say you went to a good movie and you went on Facebook and said, man, I just went and saw Batman. It's awesome. You guys got to check it out. That's advertising. You're just not getting paid for it. I went to this restaurant. It was great. It's the same thing. Okay, we're going to teach you 130 ways to actually lead generate. Okay, and let's put it this way. Even if you have a job right now, you could put a Craigslist ad out there and then all of a sudden go to work. You can go to your job. And then at the end of the day, you'll come back and you'll see 20 people had answered your post. Right? That means there's 20 people interested in what you are doing and talking about. And we have stuff to share with you. We have ads to share with you. We have it all, right? It's already been built. We've been doing this for 8 years. But I want to show you one of the most interesting ways that we lead generate, okay? So all the people, all the older folks on the line are like, oh, I can't do that. That's computer stuff. I don't know how to turn one on. I get it. So tell me if you can't do this. You see this little card right here? See this card? It says, look, real estate investor seeks apprentice. If you're interested in making an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month while you learn what we do and help us do it, text your name. So they're actually just texting their name. That's the front of the card. The back of the card has my Lamborghini on it, right? And we have these templates. So you guys can actually create these in 3 days. You could have 5,000 of these shipped to your house for 50 bucks. It's great. Some of the templates look like this on the back, where we have the whole team back there, and you guys, you know, that's pretty cool, right? Now I'm going to tell you what we do with this. Tell me if you can't do this. This is important for you to hear, because I need you to understand that your life is about to change with us. It's very simple. Here's why I came up with this card. You know, I would pull the Lamborghini into the gas station, or even now I'll put it into the gas station, and all of a sudden, you know, there's a guy on the other side of the pumps. He's like, all right, I'll bite. How do I make 20 grand a month with you? And I don't even like talking to people. You know, I don't want to talk one-on-one about anything, to be honest with you. It's a waste of time. So here's what I do. I say, you know what? I'm going my way. You're about to go your way. Why don't we just exchange information? I'll give you a call. You can come down and meet my partners, see if this is going to fit. We do real estate investing, and we'll take it from there. How's that, sir? Okay, no, fair enough. So we just exchange numbers, and then I speed away in the Lamborghini. Okay? Now, if you guys pull up to the gas pump after I'm gone, do you see the Lamborghini? No. So what I created was this little ad. So what we do with these is, while the car's pumping gas, we simply stick this ad in all the credit card receivers on the pumps, right? So they slide right nice and neat into the credit card receivers. So when you pull up, you can't get your credit card in. You just yank this out. You're looking at my ad while you're filling your gas. And all I do is I put them in the pumps. Even if there's somebody pumping gas, I don't talk to them. I put one in their pump, and then I put one in their hands, and I walk on. Can you guys do that? Yes or no? More importantly, can you put these on windshields? If you go to the movie theater, you can actually put these on the windshields in the parking lot, and you will actually get texts while you're in the movie theater. So you'll actually be making money while you're at the movie theater. Or sometimes I'll go to a restaurant and I'll go to wash my hands in the bathroom, and I'll just lay 4 of them on the sinks, and then I go out with my wife, and all of a sudden I'm making money while I'm eating dinner because people are texting me. You guys got that? You guys got that? So the point I'm trying to make is, can you guys do that? Because you're going to change the way you make money. You guys can go to Starbucks and leave 10 of these on the gift card section or by the creamery. You're making money out of Starbucks. Can you do the kind of stuff I'm talking about? Yes or no? All right. So the next step, if you can learn how to lead generate the way we're going to teach you, and you could do this tomorrow, guys. It could be as soon as tomorrow. The only thing I'm going to need you to be after that is a fantastic appointment setter. That's what I'm going to need you to be. What that means is, and that's appointment setter there, folks. Here's how tough your life is. Here's how tough your life is after that. So when people are answering your ad, all you're going to do is call them up the next day and say, ring, ring. Hi, may I speak to Aaron Halsipple? This is Aaron Halsipple. Who is this? Aaron, my name is Scott, and I'm calling you because you had answered an ad about becoming a real estate investor with us. Do you remember the ad? Aaron's like, yeah, I did that yesterday. Thanks for calling me back. Hey, Aaron, I'm supposed to be setting an appointment for the national director. The national director is hosting a 15-minute briefing. All you have to do is open up a laptop and watch this 15-minute briefing at 1 p.m. tomorrow or 7 p.m. tomorrow. Can you make an appointment at 1 p.m. or 7 p.m. by opening up a laptop? And the toughest thing you're going to hear is this, guys. Well, I've got some questions for you. This is what you say. I realize you're going to have lots of questions. We're going to leave them to the national director who's doing that appointment at 1 p.m. or 7 p.m. So which one can you make there, Aaron? And Aaron says, oh, I can do 1 p.m. tomorrow. Fantastic. I'll book you in. Can you guys do that? Because if you can't do that, you've probably been on the webinar too long already. Okay? Okay, from the 15-minute briefing, they're going to open up a laptop again and go to the intro meeting. From the intro meeting, they're going to go to the follow-up. Okay? You're going to go to the follow-up. And then from the follow-up, they're going to let us know what they want to do. I've got a question for this entire room here. No bullcrap, no smoke and mirrors. How do we know that this system is working perfectly right now? How do we know? What are the indicators? That's right, we're here. There is 91 people, so there's still 91 people on the phone. We had 102. Right now, we're 9 people shy that probably got off the line because they already know how they want to fund it or just want to do real estate with us. So there's still 91 people on the line right now, right? So it's working perfectly because we do 2 follow-ups a week, and I went through the same type of system. So I went through an exposure system to get to the point where I'm actually in and doing real estate, and now I'm running the systems. Okay, so the follow-up, so this whole system's working perfectly, and I don't have to convince you because you're all here. Okay, let me give you some numbers. We know that 72% of the folks that make it to our 15-minute briefings are actually telling us they want to go to an intro and telling us they want to go to the follow-up. So they fill out that form at the end and they tell us what they want to do. 72%. So that means 7 out of 10 people that you get to the intro this week, or the briefing, sorry, this week will tell you as a staffer, I want to go to this intro and I want to go to this follow-up. Got it? Now, let's just say that you're terrible and only 35% of those folks show up. Okay, so half of the folks that told us they want to go show up because you're really bad at following up and confirming your appointments. From there, let's just say half of those people make it to the follow-up. So 17% of the 100% that got to the briefing make it to the follow-up. Okay, here's what we do know. We do know this: 63% of the folks that actually, because here's what we're in control of. We're in control of figuring out the briefing, and we're in control of the follow-up. You guys are actually in control of confirming their appointments for the intro and the follow-up and reminding them they have appointments. So it's going to depend on how good you are at following up with your folks just to make sure that they're making their appointments, okay? But we know our systems are 72% on the front side and a 63% on the back side of the follow-up. What that means is 63% of the folks that are going to the follow-up are actually filling out the Q&A forms and letting us know that they want to start with us. Okay? So that, if you equate that out to what we're doing, and if you're terrible at getting people reminded, then that means 10%, 10.5% actually, 10.5% of the folks that you get to the briefing will actually get started with you. Can you guys build a business on that? On a 10% return? The video or the audio, Donna? Video or audio? Donna's telling me that something's chopping. Hang on a second. Is it the audio that's chopping or the video? I'll turn the video down, actually. Oh, okay, so the video. Who cares about the video? Who cares about the video? You can hear me. All right. So I turned the video down. I should be choppier because I actually turned down the resolution. Both are fine. Okay. So that's our systems. Now I want to show you something. Let me show you what you guys are going to be a part of. All right. Let me show you how good this is, and hopefully this is giving you some confidence about what you could be doing with us this week. I'm going to go to a website which you guys are going to have access to if you join our team tonight. You're going to have access to our back office, our team back office. This is the #1 team, actually. Let me just punch in here, log in through the front side. All right, pay attention. Hopefully you're sitting down because this is about to amaze you guys. All right, this is not so amazing. We do have a lot of training. So we got training that you can go through. Start a message from Scott Rowe. Start your first week strong. Mash the gas. How to make money the first week. Watch a rookie training. You know what? Make sure you watch that so you understand our systems. All this stuff is live, by the way. But you don't have to wait. All you alphas on the line that want to get started like this, you don't got to wait. You're going to be able to watch recordings, okay? And watch the live ones later on. Okay, I want to go over the BIF system. Oh, no, I want to do this, actually. I want to show you our Rowe team schedule. So this is our Rowe team schedule. We actually have a lot going on. You guys are going to meet with me 8 o'clock in the morning if you can. 8 a.m. every single morning for an impact where I'm training you, and then we're going to be going through a mastermind at 9 o'clock in the morning where you're training me. So the reason that we're so good is because we've attracted a lot of talent that has a lot of good things to bring to the table, and they meet with us every morning. That will be you tomorrow morning. You could be on the mastermind tomorrow morning telling us how we did. Makes sense? Because that is important information. Got it? That's how we've become so good. Now, I want to show you this. We do have a lot of folks. You know, if you start with us, you're going to have folks that say, you know, is this group really doing real estate? I don't know. And here's what I tell that person. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to convince you that we're doing real estate. I do have some webinars that we do. We do a success webinar every single Monday, sir. And every Monday we feature 3 of our students on the deals that they're doing. So we record them all. So you just tell me how many students you'd like to see doing deals before you really realize that you should be working with us. So do you want 3? Do you want 6? Do you want 9? Do you want 12, 15, 18, 21, 24? I can ship you 100. You can spend all weekend watching recordings of our students kicking ass while I'm golfing, and then you can call me up on Monday and tell me how good we are at kicking ass. I don't want to try to convince you. I'm just going to ship you some webinar recordings so you can watch how much success we're creating. How's that sound, sir? And guess what? You guys will be able to do the same thing. You don't have to try and convince anybody. Our systems speak for themselves. Our results speak for themselves, and you'll let them speak for you. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is the BIF system here. Now, after somebody fills out the Q&A form, we get that stuff real time. Okay, I want to show you this stuff. So last week, let me show you this. So Erin Halverson had Erica Steele go through the system, and she filled this thing out twice because her name's in here twice. But she wants an extreme combo from Renatus. Erin Halverson was the appointment setter that put her into the 15-minute briefing, and because he was that person, he's getting $10,000 for that order. Okay, Allison Palmgren, who had Giovanna Davis go through, she gets $1,000 for that essentials. Amy Gann, she's out of DC, she gets $4,000 for that advance. Now Anthony Sims, he's here in Chicago. Bernice Crocker went through, she wants an extreme combo, that's $10,000 for Anthony. Arnold Cox, he had Frederick and Toya go through. They both want advance, so that's $4,000 and $4,000 going to him. $10,000 for Beth Moreno, $10,000 for Brian Detlefson, $10,000 for Bruce Graham, $1,000 for Cecilia. Look at Chris Silverson. Chris Silverson gets $10,000. Chris DeVore gets out of LA. She gets $10,000. Damon Kubiak out of LA. He's getting $10,000 for those orders. So this is all the orders coming in from the Q&A forms last week. See all these orders? Is that pretty good? Okay, so that's last week. Let's go through the other weeks before. So there's a week before, 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 there's a week before. So, I don't know. Would you guys like to see your names? This is 420. This is back in March. This is March. Let's go to, this is January. All right, how many of you guys would like to have your names in here this week? Anybody? Anybody? So those are the orders going into the system. So the question is not whether it's working. The question is how fast would you like it working for you? Okay. All right. The last thing I'm going to cover. Now let me ask you a question. Does that give you guys some sense of confidence that you could handle doing the work and some excitement about getting the results this week? Does that help you guys? What I just showed you? Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. See, if you don't believe you can do the work, it's going to be beyond you, right? Period. Okay, guys, the last thing I'm going to cover tonight is the compensation program for you guys. So this is something you haven't seen, and I really, really, really need you to shut everything off, and I really, 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 really need you to pay attention to this, cool? Because this is something brand new for everybody. It's not review. You haven't seen a webinar on this yet, and we're going to show it off like nobody can. Okay? All right, can you clear chat for me? We're going to have some fun. Okay, I got a couple other people actually just typing in questions here or something. Okay, still. So, Jack, what are you skeptical about? I'll take a question. Go ahead. I love this. This is my favorite part. Go ahead. What are you skeptical about? What do you think isn't real? Because, I mean, if we got to get skeptical, I'm skeptical about. The only thing that you should be skeptical is about you in the mirror. Like, can you do the work, right? Because the systems are working great. I mean, I could have made those Excel spreadsheets up, right? You'd have to believe that I'm completely lying on the screen here tonight. I've seen programs for years, and I want to believe this. I want to believe. I am not, but seems too easy. All right, sounds good. It wasn't easy, and I want to address this because I think it's a good question. I want you to appreciate the thoroughness by which I actually handle stuff like this. Watch this. When I started in this program, there wasn't a system like this. When I started in this program, I actually had to sell. Go ahead, type your question in. Go ahead. I had to sell the program. So keep in mind, when I started in this thing way back when, I had to take my laptop to a kitchen table and sell this stuff like an insurance program. Then I said to myself, you know what? I don't think that Teray can do that. I don't think that Shannon can do that. I don't think that Jack Combs can do that. What I do believe is Jack Combs can get it to one of the best salesmen in the company, which is me, right? So if I can do the talking for you guys every single week, you'd have a better shot at getting paid. Does that make sense? If I didn't have the systems that I just laid out, you would have to pack up your laptop and go to somebody's kitchen table and run a presentation in their kitchen. Is that harder than what I just suggested you doing this week? Yes or no? So Jack, can you see the difference? If I didn't sell it for you, and you wanted to make money at this program like I did when I began, you'd have to fold up your laptop, go to a kitchen table, and open it up like I did, and show people the presentation, right? No, you can't get them without paying $50. No. Sorry. Hey, you guys that listen. Go to findthemoney.info. There's a Lamborghini in the parking lot that I did not pay for. I didn't pay a dime for my Lamborghini. Okay? And I know you guys are like, bull crap. Did I pay the people back? Yes, I paid them back on real estate deals. I backed it on real estate deals. But the initial conversation I had started with, can I get your opinion on something? And that's the premise of you guys raising funds. If you do things right, you will never ask for money again. Ever ask for money again. People will throw money at you because you understand how to start the conversation and how to get them wealthier. The people that threw money at me for the Lamborghini knew they were going to get more back than they gave me, right? That's the point. So they threw money at me. They threw, listen, can I please invest in the Lamborghini with you? I'm like, absolutely. Cool, it's clear chat. So that's the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to make and I hope you appreciate that I'm not running from these questions, right? When I ask people that question, what do I show them? Jack, you got to go to findthemoney.info and take down all the notes, right? We're not here to train that tonight. I already gave you the website. If you're not willing to do it, then I can't help you beyond that. Cool. How many cars you get for $50? 5,000 cars for $50. Where can I get the script for the business cards? There's no script. There's just, well, we're training you. All right, clear chat. You guys are asking training questions. I want decision questions. Clear chat, clear chat, clear chat, clear chat. These are not decision questions. You're going to get training. And if $50 for 5,000 cards is helping you not make a decision, then you weren't starting with us in the first place. Cool? And guys, this is the truth. I mean, I'm a straightforward guy. I'm not a guy that beats around the bush. Cool? I'm in. That's my decision. Sounds good. Clear chat. All right, here we go. Let's get through this. All right, guys, I want to get through this comp plan for you guys. And I appreciate, once again, don't get me wrong, Jack, I appreciate your skepticism. I really do. And hopefully, I'm helping you understand why we're so good. We don't run from the questions. We address them. Cool? And we'll be addressing your clients' questions next week. Isn't that great? Okay, so that you don't have to. All right, watch this, guys. Okay, so this is the Renatus compensation program. You're going to notice something. There's a certification line. This is the most important part of this worksheet that we're going over. It does take $125 to become an independent marketing affiliate with the company, okay? As an independent marketing affiliate, you must go through a training period so that you can learn everything. There was a mentorship affiliate relationship that was designed to help you get trained up, okay? So everybody on the line here starts as an IMA, independent marketing affiliate. They have a mentor that's going to be helping them, probably the person that invited you here. And this certification line is your training line. So on this side of the certification line, you are in training with your mentors, okay? On this side of the certification line, you are a full commission sales rep with a chance to become a mentor yourself and make the kind of overrides you see me making $121,000 in 10 weeks, okay? Now, I went through the same process. It took me 8 days to become fully trained in this program, okay? So let me share that with you guys starting now. Okay, tonight, you guys have 4 choices to make here. So $125 to become an IMA. That is an annual fee, an annual contract fee that I've paid 8 times so far. So there's no monthly fees in this thing. There's $125 fee to get in annually and stay a contracted independent rep. Everybody on the line here has a mentor tonight, and you have 4 choices to make here tonight. 1 of 4 choices if you're going to take on the marketing side. Choice number 1 is not enrolling in any of the education. Choice number 2 is enrolling in just the essentials. Choice number 3 is enrolling in the advanced, and then choice number 4 is enrolling in the extreme. Okay? Now, I'm going to pause every so often and ask you a question like this. Do you understand what I just laid out? Yes or redo. That's all I want you to type in the chat line. I just went over the 4 choices. Do you guys understand the 4 choices? Yes or redo. You'll keep an eye on the chat line, whoever's watching it for me as well. Okay, I don't have any redos. Kelly now? Where's Kelly? I don't see Kelly. Oh, Kelly now? Okay, Kel. All right, clear chat. I think they got it. Okay, guys, now step by step, let's go over choice number 1. Choice number 1. If you're on the line here tonight, we had a redo? Okay, who was a redo? I don't know the name. Who asked for a redo? I told my mentor to X off. Okay. Tori McLean, you need a redo? I don't get the X off. Okay, so so the redo. I'm gonna get. So Tori, me and you understand that you could choose choice number 1 is just not enrolling in anything and just doing the sales side. You can just sell Renatus. You could choose number 2, which is enrolling in just the essentials. Choosing number 3 is enrolling in the advanced, and choosing number 4 is the extreme package. Okay. Oh, okay. So AC Harris. Okay, so AC Harris, do you understand now the 4 choices? Yes. Okay, great. Great, perfect. And I don't quite get Jack. I mean, I don't want to hold off the whole meeting for Jack, but Jack, I don't get what you're talking about here. Is that a question somewhere in there? Is there a question for me? Or you just want to tell us how bad you told everybody off? Too many questions to ask. All right, then why don't you request a 3-way between me, you, and whoever got you on here? How's that sound? It's the easiest way. There are some people that are way past skepticism and ready to get started on this comp plan, so let's go with that. Clear chat. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. So $125 to start, guys. Let's go over choice number 1. If you decide to do choice number 1 tonight, here's what your life is going to look like. You all have mentors on the line here. If you do choice number 1 and you don't enroll in anything, here's how your life is going to look to go through certification. You're going to put an ad out there. So we're going to teach you 130 ways to do it. You're going to get people to the 15-minute briefing that now exists. They're going to go to the intro meeting. They're going to go to the follow-up just like we all did, right? And then they're going to tell you, yep, I want an Essentials and I want an AIT Extreme. Okay, so you may get a Q&A form like that. If you are choice number 1, here's how it's going to work for you. On this side of the certification line, no AIT orders. You can't even put in an AIT order. You can only have Essentials count for you. So the AIT order won't count, but the Essentials will. You will get credit for the Essentials. $1,000 will leave head office. And you are going to get $125 of that $1,000, and your mentor is going to get $875 of that $1,000. Okay? For helping you out from start to finish. So your mentors are getting paid to help you out, get on the phone with people, help you out with lead generation, help you out with conversations, or they're there to help you out. They're getting paid to do that by getting a lion's share of the sale. Okay? Now on the second sale that you make, second essential sale, you're going to get $125 and your mentor is going to get $875. On the third sale, you're going to get $125 and the mentor is going to get $875. Now you are certified. Okay? So that on your fourth sale, you will now make $1,000 on the Essentials. On the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, for the rest of your life, every time you put an Essentials order in, you will now get $1,000. If you do that once a week, congratulations, you got a $50,000 career working from home. Okay. I made 2 extreme combo sales in my first 8 days and became fully certified. My second month, I made $20,000, and my third month, I made thousands and thousands of dollars. My first year, I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money my first year. So, because I didn't mess around. So I was certified out in 8 days. I had my first 2 sales in 8 days.
Oh, hang on, guys. He lost connection for a second. Scott will be right back. And if for some reason he permanently lost connection, I will continue on. So not a problem, but we'll give him a minute to get back. Sometimes he just hits the wrong button. There he is.
I hit the wrong button. You know what? I just came back from Phoenix. Maybe that's the follow-up today. I don't know. I'm stuck in Phoenix. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. Okay, so clear chat. I don't want any questions, guys. Listen, seriously. I want yes or redos. If you see anything other than yes or redo, at the end of this thing, after we've gotten everybody taken care of, guys, then we can actually handle long questions. But right now, I just want yes and redos. All right, folks? If you can't follow directions, probably not meant to work with us in the first place. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're still going with this. That's choice number one. So do you guys all understand choice number one? You find your first essentials, your second essentials, your third essentials. You get $125 per those essentials. And then after that, you get $1,000 for every essential after that for the rest of your life. You guys understand that? Yes or redo? Okay, perfect. Okay, here is the second. If you choose choice number two, here's the difference. Everybody pay attention. If you decide to do choice number two and actually get the essentials and do the marketing, here's what your life is going to look like. You still have a mentor. However, you can actually count you as that first stick figure. All right? Now, your mentor is going to make $1,000 on that program right there. You, however, you're going to put that at first essentials in, and instead of getting 125, you're going to get 500. Okay. On the second essentials, instead of getting 125, you're going to get 500, and your mentor will then split the difference. So the Renatus is going to send them 500. They're going to send you 500. So technically, you're actually getting certified quicker and more profitably. All right. Does that make sense? Okay, and now you're certified one person earlier, so that on your third person, you are now making $1,000, and you will make it the rest of your life. Do you guys understand that? Yes or redo? You understand the difference? Okay, clear chat. Okay, that is the difference. Now, once you're certified at Essentials, something else will happen. You will now be allowed to count your AIT orders that you put in, all right? And here's how that works. Every time you put in an advanced order, number 3, or an extreme order, every time you put an advanced or an extreme order in, Renatus is going to pay out $3,000 or $9,000. Okay, so $3,000 for the advanced and $9,000 for the extreme. You still have a mentor that is going to receive that money. You are not going to get that money. Your mentor is going to get that money for continuing to help you, even though you will get the $1,000 from the essentials. Okay, so you're still making $1,000 off of that person's order, but your mentor is now going to get the $3,000 and $9,000 paid to them, and you are going to get credit in this container. So $3,000, $9,000, $3,000, $9,000, and then your job is to fill this container of $45,000, which is actually going to your mentor. I don't care if you like it. Everybody has to get certified. So your mentor is going to get $45,000, and once they do receive that money in all the work that you guys have done together, then you are now a full commissioned rep at the AIT orders as well. So you will now start getting the 3,000s and the 9,000s. But remember, you were already getting the 9,000s up until that point, or sorry, the 1,000s. So, you know, it's real easy to make $50,000 a year on essentials sales alone. It's just one a week, right? When this starts kicking in, it's a lot of money after that. Do you guys understand that once you certify at your essentials, you can now certify at the bigger products? Yes or redo? Okay, I got a redo on Keith. All right, clear chat. Let's do Keith. All right, everybody pay attention because what I'm about to show you is going to go a long way. I got a redo. Do me a redo on Keith. Can you tell? Sure. Okay. Listen, guys, everybody pay attention. We are going to be doing follow-ups for you this week. If you get started with us today, you're going to have people coming through the follow-ups this week. It always happens. So I want you to appreciate what I'm about to do for Keith. Okay, because I'm going to be doing it for your clients as well. So just me and Keith now. Okay. All right, Keith. So Keith, just you and I, please play. You understand how to get certified at the essentials now, right? Whether it's enrolled or not enrolled. Yes, Keith? Yes or redo? Okay. Now, once you're done being certified at the Essentials, you are now getting $1,000 per Essentials, and you can start counting the AIT orders. Every time you write an AIT order, $3,000 is generated, and the Extreme, $9,000 is generated. Do you understand that, Keith? That these commissions are generated for these orders? Okay. You will not be paid those monies. That money is going to go to your mentor. So these orders are technically going to your mentor to help you out still. And you're going to be filling this container full of 3,000s and 9,000s, right? You're going to fill this up like a bucket of water. Once it reaches $45,000, you are now certified for life at these larger products, and now entitled to those commissions coming to your mailbox, not your mentors. Do you understand it now, Keith? Yes or redo? All right, guys, please appreciate what I just did for Keith, because we are going to be doing it for your team as well, for your folks. And that's important for you guys to hear, Jack, especially because you're not going to have to go to a kitchen table and do it. You understand? It was hard when I started. Today, it's a lot easier. Trust me. Almost too good to be true. Absolutely. Okay, clear chat. Oh, hold on. Jack, I don't know which bone you want me to throw you. Clear chat. Okay. Yep. I have 95 single-family homes and 3 6-unit buildings and a 22-unit building. And I didn't ask anybody to throw me a bone. I went to go to findthemoney.info and figure out how I got in. So far, they paid me $1.3 million in this comp plan, and I have $132,000 so far. First 3 quarters coming in for 95 properties. One of my 6 units is getting me $4,000 a month right now. The 22-unit building's at about $5,000 net right now to me. So, I don't know. Nobody threw me a bone. I just went out and made it happen. Cool? Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's go over choice number 3. We've covered choice number 1 and choice number 2. Thank you. Here we go. Let's cover choice number 3 and choice number 4. You're going to appreciate my patience when I got your clients on the line doing the same thing. Let's cover choice number 3 and choice number 4. Here we go. If you guys are here deciding to do choice number 3 or choice number 4, I want you guys to pay attention, because you are going to get bonuses, all right, on this compensation program. So if you're doing choice number 3 or choice number 4 tonight, then please pay attention. Bonus number 1 is called the chop. Okay. The chop is this. If you decide to do one of these other choices, they're going to take the top of the container off for you. So if you're deciding on an advanced order tonight or an extreme order tonight, then they're going to remove the top of the container for you and call it the chop. So now all you owe is $27,000 instead of $45,000 in the bucket. That is an $18,000 cash advantage to you instead of your mentor. So here's my question for everybody in the room. Do you understand that if you enroll in the advanced or the extreme, they will actually take off the top of the container for you? Yes or redo? Perfect. Clear chat. Okay, here's choice number 2. I'm sorry, bonus number 2. Bonus number 2. Your own tuition counts. I love when the presenters or the participants are helping me out. Okay, your own tuition will count. Okay, so choice number 2. Bonus number 2 is your own tuition counts. So if you guys decide to get an advanced tuition, then $3,000 is going to be generated for your mentor off of your tuition. If you decide to do an extreme tuition like me, then $9,000 is going to be generated and go to your mentor. All right? Because your mentor is making that money off of your own order, they're actually going to subtract it from your new container. So $27,000 minus $9,000 equals $18,000. So that's where your container is going to start if you decide to do what I did. Okay? Do you guys understand that? Yes or redo? Do you understand that your own tuition will count? Okay, perfect. All right, clear chat. Okay, now there's one last bonus here, and it only applies to the extreme combo. and I'll do it in a different color here for you guys. So if you decide to do the extreme combo, you lost audio? Okay, so me and Will Smith. Hey, look, it's Will Smith looking to become a real estate investor. All right. Okay, so here, just me and Will Smith then, guys. Please allow this to happen. Okay, so Will, you understand that bonus number 1 is the chop? You understand that, Will? Yes or redo, Will? No, you're all good now. So you got bonus number 1 is the chop. You got that? And bonus number 2 is your own tuition counts. Will, you got that already? I want to make sure you're taken care of. Listen, guys, it's important that you guys understand this stuff, because if you don't, then, you know, confused minds are never powerful. Okay, here comes Will Smith. Will, you're typing too long. I just need a wire R on the your own tuition counting now. The very last one. Okay, I didn't even finish it up, so we're all caught up. Okay, the very last bonus only comes with the extreme combos and the extreme combos only, guys. So it is simultaneous certification. That is the absolute last bonus. Okay, what that means is it means that you can certify at your essentials at the same exact time you can certify at your AITs. Let me show you visually what that means. All right, what that means is, you remember when I told you I had both? So Scott Rowe got his essentials, and Scott Rowe. So I got my essentials, and I got my extreme. Okay. Well, they dropped my extreme, so they chopped my bucket down, and they dropped my extreme order into my container right away. Okay. My sister called my mom, and she goes, "Hey, I heard Scott's doing real estate something or another. Can you give me some insight?" She goes, "I don't know. Call him." She thought I was going to become a realtor, and then she called me. I'm like, no, I'm a real estate investor. You should come see this meeting. So my sister Jennifer actually went down to the meeting. She loved it. She asked me, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I did it all." So my sister got her essentials, and she got her extreme. That extreme dropped in my container right away. I didn't have to wait till I was certified at the essentials to have AIT start counting. Okay. They let the AIT order count right away in the container. All right. Then my wife's Aunt Sharon, who already had 4 properties, want to know how the heck we were making money without using money. So she came down to a workshop 8 days after my sister, and she got her essentials, and she got her extreme. They dropped that extreme in my container immediately. I didn't have to wait. So simultaneous certification says that you can certify at your essentials and your AIT at the exact same time. You don't have to wait and then certify later. Do you guys understand simultaneous certification now? Yes or redo? Hans. Okay. Clear chat. I got Hans. Me and Hans. It's okay. Let's do this. Let's do that for the humanity on the line with us. Ready, Hans? Clear chat. I got Hans. Clear chat for me. I got Hans. Hey, team. You guys sleeping on me? Kelly Tracy. Okay. Me and you, Hans, and me and you only. Okay, Hans, you understand bonus number 1, right? Is the chop. Me and you, Hans. They take off the top of the container. No problem. Me and Hans. Keith, you get it too? Keith, you there? Okay. You understand that bonus number 2 is your own tuition counting, right? Both of you guys? Hans? Okay. Now, this comes with choice number 3 or choice number 4. The third bonus only comes with the extreme combo, and it is simultaneous certification. Now, I'm going to ask you two a question. Do you remember when I told you earlier that you have to certify your essentials first, and then you start certifying at your bucket? Remember that, Hans and Keith? Okay, that doesn't exist with the extreme combo. If you get the extreme combo like I did, which is the 20K one, right? Which I couldn't afford, and 5 days later I was in. What they allow you to do is certify your essentials and your AIT. So if there's an AIT order that goes in before you're certified here, they're going to count it for you. Okay? Got it now? I don't understand the code that you have up there, Torre. I'm just going to clap and say you're probably right. Clear chat. Clear chat. Oh, man. It's a long one tonight. You guys are really chatty. I'm going to attribute to the fact that you can't see the attendance list because this is the first night we couldn't show you the attendance list. For some reason, the Adobe Connect chopped it off. All right, clear chat. All right, here we go. I got one last thing to show you guys, and then I'm done. And then you guys can make a decision. I'm going to show you the back office and show you where it's all tracked. Let's talk about becoming a mentor, right? Because I think that I've created more mentors in the country than anybody else because it's very valuable to become one. In fact, you're going to develop a willable business, just like my wife and I do, if you pay attention. All right. So let's talk about becoming a mentor. And I'm going to pick on well, I'm going to pick on Keith. There you go. No, I'm going to pick on Jack. Because Jack's picked on me. Sounds good? Congratulations, Jack. You're a mentor. All right, so we're going to make Jack the mentor. Now, Jack, even though he's a mentor, is still going to be able to use my super easy, unbelievably too good to be true systems. Okay? So Jack is going to put an ad out in the world, even though he's completely certified. And that's what it means. Becoming a mentor means that you're certified. All right, you've reached this level. Now over here, you're a mentor. Okay, so Jack is a mentor. He's allowed to make $1,000, $3,000, $9,000, all of it. And he has a person answer his ad, a guy answer the ad. Joe, let's call it Joe. Okay, so he has a person named Joe answer the ad. He tells Joe to go through the 15-minute briefing, the intro meeting, and the follow-up. And all of a sudden, Joe decides. Joe lets Jack know through the Q&A form. Hey, Jack, I want an essentials and I want an extreme tuition. Watch this. Jack is going to make $1,000 off of that essentials order that he's about to put in. He's also going to get $9,000 off of Joe's extreme tuition. So in essence, Jack is about to make $10,000 off of that order. How's that sound? Is that pretty good? And if you guys were worried about, like, this is multi-level marketing, no. There's too much money to the sales reps to be multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing are these pyramid things where you got to build a big team and all this money flows up what they call an upline. That doesn't happen here. This has been built on the insurance industry where there's a broker-agent relationship. The agents can make a great living. The brokers can make a great living. Everybody's happy. You don't got to spend your lifetime trying to build this team the size of China. Got it? So that's the difference. And this program here, Renatus isn't registered with the attorneys generals. Multi-level marketing companies around the country have to register with the attorneys generals because they're borderline Ponzi schemes. Renatus does not because it's based on that insurance industry stuff. Okay. All right, so here's Jack. Jack is the broker or the mentor in charge of Joe, right? Joe just gets in. Joe decides to do everything. Jack makes $10,000. If you guys can find 10 of those a year, you're guaranteeing yourself a $100,000 career. You guys understand that? So once you're certified, if somebody wants an extreme tuition, you make 10 G's. Half of all the tuition. Is that fantastic? I mean, if you've never had a shot or if you never thought you could make $100,000 a year, congratulations. We're going to do most of the work. All you got to do is put people into the system. I have a lot of folks that make $100,000 a year just putting people through this system. Okay? They're good at it. They're good at getting people in and making sure they make their appointments and then following up at the end with their Q&A forms. But you put orders in, you get paid. All right. Now, here's the cool thing. Clear chat. Let's say that Joe, right here, this is Joe, right? Joe tells Jack, hey, Jack, I want to do the marketing side too. Will you help me? It's infinite, as long as you want, Richard. There's no time limit. Okay, so Joe, clear chat for me. Joe decides to work on the marketing side, and he puts an ad out there. And Joe has a person named Bill and a person named Bob answer the ads. Now, is Joe telling them to call Jack? Is he even talking to Jack? No. What Joe is doing is he's putting them into the 15-minute briefing, to the intro meeting, to the follow-up. And Bill and Bob here decide that they want an essentials and an extreme, just like 52% of us. Okay? So now Joe's going to call Jack and say, hey, man, I got these 2 orders to put in. Will you help me put them in? And Jack's going to be like, absolutely, because Jack's going to get paid on them. All right? So Jack is going to get $500 for Bill's order, and he's going to get $500 for Bob's order. Okay? So is Joe. Joe's going to make $500 on those 2 orders as well. But there's $9,000 for Bill and $9,000 for Bob's order that have to go to somebody. Okay? That's going to go to Jack as well. $9,000 and $9,000 going to Jack because Jack's the mentor helping Joe out. All right? Now remember, Joe, let me just change the color here. Remember, Joe chopped his bucket down. Joe put his own order in the system, right? And then all of a sudden, he's got these 2 orders going in. He's got Bill's order going in the system, and he's got Bob's order going in the system. So now Joe is certified at the essentials and certified at the container. Got it? So Jack, and I got you guys have to understand this, Jack just helped Joe get fully certified out, right, as his mentor. All right? And in doing so, he made $29,000. So by helping Joe get involved, he made $10,000, and then he added another $19,000 by helping Joe get certified. So if you can actually start 4 people, if you can start 4 Joes a year and help 4 Joes get certified, you will make $116,000 a year once you're a mentor, just by helping 4 people get in and 4 people get, and then those 4 people get certified. Isn't that great? Anybody like those numbers? Because I loved them. I was like, are you kidding me? This is incredible. In fact, my dad thought that this was illegal. He's like, this has got to be illegal. There's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me. I'm like, well, they keep sending me checks, so I'm going to keep taking the checks, Dad. Okay, now, let's look at what's going on in Jack's life. Okay? Oh, that was good. Sorry, Jack. They cut you off before I saw it. Very slow connection. Sorry. That's you. Can you hear me fine, Donna? Can anybody, and house staffers, can you hear me fine? Good in Cali. Okay. If it's good in Cali or in Florida on my staff's side, then it's good. Okay. All right, great. You guys should ask for the recording from your mentors. Okay, guys, so now here's Jack. So Jack just helped Joe get certified, right? Everybody pay attention. So now Joe is certified. Here's what's going to happen for Jack the rest of his life. As a thank you from Renatus to Jack, Jack is going to get 5% of Joe's orders for the rest of his life. So he's going to make $100 every time an Essentials goes in, every time an Advanced goes in, an Extreme goes in, or an Advanced Extreme Combo goes in, right? So that's life. He's going to get that for life, and that is willable. Okay? Now, not only is he going to get 5% of Jack's orders, but any of the affiliates that are working inside of Joe's mentorship, any of those affiliates working inside of Joe's mentorship, he's also going to get 5% on, because technically they're going through Joe's mentorship. So he's actually getting 5% of that brokerage. So Joe could have 10 people on his team, Jack's still overriding all 10 of those people. Okay? Now, when these affiliates become mentors, let's call it Joe's Mentor 2, which is second tier, Jack's going to get 5% of those orders and any of their affiliates' orders for the rest of his life. And when these affiliates become mentors, let's call it Joe's Mentors 3, Jack's going to get 5% of those orders for the rest of his life and any of those affiliates. Once these affiliates become mentors, that's where he's going to stop making money on them. But he is going to make 5% on 3 tiers of brokerages, just like the insurance industry pays out overrides. So when you see, remember you guys saw my $121,000 I made in the last 9 weeks? Remember that? That is all 5% overrides. I have not put an ad out in 2 years. Cool? So, all right, now let's talk about what's left behind. He's got Joe over here that he's overriding, and watch this. You guys remember Bill and Bob? Remember Bill and remember Bob? Well, right now, those affiliates are now working inside of Jack's brokerage. They do not go with Joe. So Jack just acquired 2 more affiliates to work with because he helped Joe train them up. Or they were actually training referrals from Joe. So now Jack's got 2 more buckets that has to be filled, one for Bill and one for Bob. So he's got 2 more people that have to fill buckets for him. Isn't that great? And what happens after that is, okay, so let's say Bill finds Sherry and Sam, and Bob finds Kevin and Carl. All right, well, that's 4 more 500s for Jack, right? And it's also 4 more 9,000s for Jack for helping those guys get certified. Then Bill and Bob will actually move into overrides for Jack. They will never be on Joe's team. So now Jack is actually overriding 3 brokerages, and he has 4 more affiliates assigned to his brokerage. You guys like this? Anybody like it? Because it gets crazy. And I'm about to show you how crazy it gets. Yeah, if you guys want to start, and once again, it's all willable. They're actually, I can will it to my kids. You can't will your job to your kids, right? You can't. But Renatus allows you to will this income. So if I were to kick the bucket tonight, there'd still be $10,000 plus dollars coming into my 5-year-old and my 10-year-old. Isn't that great? All right, I'm going to show you something crazy. All of this is tracked through the AMP, and then I'm going to be finished. I'll take longer questions, but the rest of you guys can go to Q&A-forum.com. Let me show you one last thing before I cut you guys loose. Renatus tracks all of this, okay? So there's not there's not a you don't have to worry about anything slipping through the cracks. So all of the people going into the system is all tracked. There's actually a calendar of events when you're booking people to different meetings or webinars. That's all tracked. Nobody can take your people because they're locked into you once you register them. So let's say I put a person in New York, and there's somebody in New York going, oh, your mentor's in Chicago? Well, let's come with me. I'll sign you up. They can't do that because they're actually locked into whoever put them in the system. Isn't that great? So I can recruit all over the country if I want. I'm not limited to my area. Okay, right now, let me show you this, and then I'll cut you guys loose. Right now, this is the actual team I have. So you see all these people here? Currently, as it stands, I have 2,775 people on my team just after 57 months. We're coming up on what, 5 years? So that's pretty good. Now, you see this first generation? I've only found about 20 people myself personally, but that is all my first generation because of the certification process. Helping people get certified produces 2 new affiliates per person. So those individuals stay with me. But check this out. So I've got people like Gene Powers who have 538 people on our team. Not only do I override Gene Powers, but I override everybody here as well. Okay, that's all overrides on that. So anytime. Let's take a look at Bill Omey. Bill Omey's got 120 people that he's overriding. So I override them as well. Okay, all those people there. And if we go to Donna Lee, you've seen Donna Lee chime in a couple times as my right-hand person. Let's go to Donna Lee. So Donna Lee, she's not a public speaker. She was never a salesperson, but she's very, very good at appointment setting. So she's a fantastic administrator. She helps her team out a ton. So she's got all these people I override. You get Mike Adams. He's up in Minnesota. No office up there. He's got 138 people on his team. He's in Minnesota. There's no office there. There's no local group there. He's doing real estate out of Minnesota. He's actually he quit his 6-figure job in 7 months because of this comp plan. So there's an override there. So all of this is tracked in your back office by Renatus. Okay. Okay, folks, that is it. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys is you can go to Q&A-forum.com. I'm going to read this to you guys, though. I actually put this together because there's a lot of people out there that say, this sounds too good to be true. So I'm going to dedicate this to Jack. How's that sound? Jack, please pay attention. Oh, you know what? It might not be. Oh, there it is. All right, Jack, I'm going to read this to you because you deserve it. I sense that don't get me wrong, I was skeptical too. So I thought like this too. Jack, there's not much difference between you and you. But I'm going to give this to you because you know, you're here for a reason. When someone thinks opportunity is too good to be true, it is complete function of reality. It just depends on their reality. If someone's reality has been molded through struggle and scarcity, then their reality can't handle potential and abundance beyond their horizon. So you can't see what you haven't done, right? You can't see what your parents, based on what your parents have done and your friends have done. That's your horizons, right? That's where you're stuck. But ask anybody, even the ones like Jack that claims that seems too good to be true, if they believe there are people in the world that make money in their sleep. And Jack will answer, of course. They just have a hard time believing that there are people willing to help them. In their world, they believe there is a catch to everything. They believe greedy people are scheming to catch them in some type of naive trap, leaving them sucked dry and taken advantage of. This is a reality that they have learned from scarce existence fostered by parents, friends, neighbors, mentors, who believe they are victims rather than responsible for their own struggle. A what's the catch mentality, treating opportunity, any opportunity, like hooks bobbing up and down in the sea of scandal. Poor fishes. Forever trapped in the cage of their own minds, bearing young who in turn struggle to break free due to years of fear-based conditioning. So the cycle continues for generations. I choose to be a fisher of men, ready to believe in deserving something really good instead of something too good. This is really good. My life has changed. I don't know if you want to change yours. The quicker you start, the quicker you get on that road. All right, I'll take any other questions. You guys know where to go, Q&A-forum.com. We will take your requests. If for some reason we aren't going to be working together, I wish you luck. There's no right or wrong with working with our group. There's just progress or digress. That's all. Thanks for showing up. Let me answer some questions. If I leave to go get Q&A forum now, what am I missing? Nothing. We almost done. Stay on. Okay. Maybe I'm missing something, but I'm not giving you 125. Been burnt too many times. Fantastic. So that we're not going to be working together. Okay. I have a question about the real estate funding. What's the question? I'm good. I'm just ready. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, Michael. Let's talk about the real estate funding for a second. What's the question, Shannon? Actually, did I read the funding is 100%? No. Here's what you have to do. You have to test out of the. You've got to test out of the fix and flip curriculum and the rental curriculum. So you'll go through your essentials, your fix and flip, and your rental curriculums. Once you've tested out, you're going to go through a 4-week deal of workbook training, which is my company. My company puts that on for you, the Practicum Group. You're going to submit your deals through your 4-week, through your deal workbooks. There is a chance to get 100% funding. The only way to get 100% funding on your real estate deals is if you're willing to partner up with my company, because the lenders that are doing that with us trust us. They don't know you. But we can get you, ready for this? We can get you 85% of acquisition and rehab with a 580 credit score. So that's pretty good funding. Now, on the other side of that coin, on the funding of real estate coin, I learned how to raise funds. There's a class in the education company which is tremendous. It's the reason that I got the Lamborghini. It's called Raising Private Funds. And coupled with the retirement plan classes that I took, I understood how to talk legally to people with retirement plans, even non-accredited investors. There was a class on that. And then I coupled it with my Raising Private Funds class, which taught me exactly how to put the executive summaries together. And we're going to show you how to put executive summaries together on the real estate deals, even beyond your education. My company will actually put you through a 4-week training on that, right? So that we could actually know that your deals are good deals. So you create these executive summaries. We're going to teach you how to take those executive summaries and put them down in front of folks. And you're going to have people in your life going, wow, you're going to be able to give me a bigger return than I'm currently getting in the mutual funds I'm in. They'll throw money at you. I've had people throw money at me, telling me, hey, listen, you're using Uncle Gary's money. Why don't you use my money on a deal? I'm like, all right, sounds good, Uncle John. Let's use your money. So these are classes that I took. But we do have funding for deals. I'm okay if you use it because the lenders are actually paying me for you to use it. So you're welcome. Jack, you should reread this page, buddy. So you don't have to give us $125. Why should we work with you if you're not willing to do what I had to do? So I don't get it, Jack. So if you're not willing to do what I did, then why is it then it's just not an agreement? Make sense? So you'll do what you do, and we'll do what we do. Cool. Go for it, Tori. I'm answering questions. Yeah, Kevin, that's a pretty good deal, isn't it? Q&A-forum.com. I'll type it in there again. Q&A-forum.com. Hey guys, I want you to appreciate. I'm not trying to tell Jack he's wrong. Jack's got to get past some stuff. Does that make sense? In order to work for us, and if he's not, then it's not going to be agreement, right? That's all. It doesn't work out for everybody. Not everybody is right for what we do. I don't know how to prove you wrong there, Jack. I don't even need to. I don't need to prove you wrong. Like if I was trying to prove anything, then maybe I'd be interested in proving you wrong. I'm just not. I don't need to. The rate on what? On the 85% acquisition and rehab? Is that what you're asking? It's 2 and 12. 2 points, 12%. Can I set up to pay when I have the money, but I don't want to do this, just don't want to, yeah, you can, listen, we're not going anywhere, right? So it's not like, there's no gimmicks here. It's not like, hey, get in now or don't, you know, or it's going away. That's not how this works. We've been doing this for 8 years. I've got this building plus 9 other buildings all over the country now. So there's no pressure here. Does that make sense? In fact, that's exactly why we run the follow-up and we run it till all the questions are answered, simply because I want you to be clear. I don't want you to destroy your life, right? If for some reason you can't come up with it, no problem. It's not wrong, it's not right. Makes sense? We're just ready to help the people that are ready to be helped. That's all. Oh yeah. Hold on a second. So Jack, I'm into it. So Jack, it has nothing to do with real estate. So all the classes aren't real estate classes. Is that what you're talking about? So I thought I showed you a real estate investing education. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, I got an idea, Austin. So Austin, I'm here to answer the questions, right? I know what you just put up there. So do you subscribe to authority or do you subscribe to opinion? That's the question, right? Authority or opinion? That's the question. Because the Better Business Bureau, which is a consumer advocate company, has us rated A+ over all the rest of them. So if the Better Business Bureau has us rated A+, what do you think? You think that mediation consumer company, consumer advocate company, anybody can put anything they want out there on the internet. The question is, who are you trusting? You trusting the people that have that bigger pockets trying to sell you education. You understand that, right? The guys at bigger pockets have their own education to sell. Why would they have anything good to say about competition? Do you understand? Jack, you're in the wrong place then. I don't know why you answered the ads. The length of term on the loans, up to a year, John. And you can go from $75,000 on those loans, on the 580 credit score loans for the rehabs. You can go from $75,000 all the way up to $1 million on that. Cool. Yeah, well, you don't have, I didn't invest any money, so I didn't have any money to invest, Austin, so I took financing, and they've paid me $1.3 million in the last 57 months, unless you don't believe it. You know, there's no reason that you have to believe it, right? You can believe your own eyes. I now have 95 single-family homes. I showed you the 3/4 of rents coming in, the net rents, right? I've only shown you what I'm doing, right? The question, Austin, isn't me, it's you, right? So... yeah, I wish that Lewis University was free when I actually enrolled, but it wasn't. I mean, I'm sure Harvard costs money and DePaul costs money, so if you want to learn something and you want to learn it the right way, I don't know, free, you get what you pay for when you get free, right? Share, but I want you to appreciate the fact that we don't run from it. Does that make sense? So appreciate the patience. We're not here to say anybody's right or wrong. You are Uncle Sam. No, I'm not the government. And all these people will be fooled. No. Okay, you're welcome, guys. Hey, guys, I'm going to cut you guys loose now. I'm actually, when I end this meeting here, when I end the meeting, what's going to happen is you're going to see the Q&A form pop up for you. Okay, so you actually see the Q&A form pop up for you. I appreciate you guys making it here. Do me a favor, if you have any questions at all, even you, Jack, if you want to get on a three-way with me, or Austin, if you want to get on a three-way with me, just get in touch with your mentor. I can answer any questions you want personally, and we can talk. We're not here. Look, you should have seen there's plenty of people that thought it was a scam when they started. I mean, I'll give you one last story. I had a guy walk up to me in the meeting here in Chicago after we're all done, and we've had this place since 2007. So we went through a crash, and we're still okay, right? So the guy walks up and he goes, you know, this sounds like a scam. I'm like, I'm with you, man. But let's define what a scam is. And he's like, well, it's not real. And I said this to him. I go, okay, let's deal with this logically. Do you believe that if you invested anything, even if you got the financing for the education, do you believe when the class is turned on that you would see a clown with a big red nose going, gotcha? Or do you believe you'll see a class? What do you believe? He goes, well, there's probably a class. I'm like, do you think that we've duped all 450 people in our building tonight? Do you think I paid them as actors to be here? He goes, no, that's ludicrous. Okay, there's going to be classes. I go, all right, so if you're getting what you paid for, then how are you being scammed if you're getting your real estate investing education classes? Same one I took. He goes, okay, good point. And I said, okay, on the other side of the coin, if I'm telling you that the education company is sending me checks and you decide to do the enrolling just like I'm doing, and you put somebody through our systems and they decide to get involved and they get the education, you put the order in, and do you believe that the education company is going to send you a note in the mail that says, sorry, we were just kidding? Or do you believe that they'll send you a check? What do you believe? He goes, all right, they're going to send me a check. I go, how could it be a scam if you're getting everything we're talking about? How could it possibly be a scam? Everything we've laid out right in front of you, truthfully, telling you that, what the systems are, like, you see the building, how could it possibly be a scam? Because a scam would mean that it's not real. He goes, all right, and you got the education. I had one other guy tell me, what's the difference between you guys and that rich dad poor dad guys? I go, I don't know. Why don't we get him on a phone right now? He says, I don't think I can. I'm like, exactly. You'll have my cell phone number. We have webinars every single morning. You can come down to my building if you want. So these are the type of things that we put together. And you can't please everybody, right? And somebody says the minute you start making money, there's always going to be a hater out there. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'm going to leave you at Q&A-forum.com. For those of you guys filling them out, please do so. We'll see you tomorrow on trainings. If not, I wish you guys luck. Thanks, guys.